All right, we are back. We had a little technical difficulties, but we are back once again. We are here in the Rio Grande Valley, Texas Card House, playing Omaha tonight. So a little PLO style. Normally it's a 1-3 no limit hold'em game. Tonight it's going to be 5, 5, 10. So 3 blinds, 4 cards. Joining a hand in action here. You can see these pots get big really fast, and that's going to be Chewy taking down the $500 pot, and you can see the floor Gil confirming with the dealer and the players that we are back to live action here. So once again, apologize for the delays. I know we started at 6, had a technical difficulty, but everything is correct now, and we are here in the Rio Grande Valley, South Texas, but it's going to be on seat 5. There will be 3 blinds. So Chewy, who just won last pot, will be the small blind, $5. Seat 8 there in the orange shirt, Seno, will also be $5. And then the third blind, I believe it's going to be Freddie. No, I'm sorry, Gator. He will be the third blind. It looks like he's a short stacked right now with just 200, so pretty much just has a pot size bet. He's going to play one hand and try to double up, triple up. So here we go. First to act will be seat 9, Roach there. King 5, 4 deuce. Has clubs as the suits, but I would imagine he would probably fold this, and he does. Next act there, Baby Spider. King, Queen, 3 deuce. He gets rid of it. Every hand, friend. I like it. 10, 7, 5. Has a pair of 7s and has the clubs for the flush draw. Then we got Gabe, who actually won the first pot. You can see he has over 3,000 in his stack already. Ace, Jack, Jack, 5. So pair of jacks, and I don't think he's suited in any way. No, he's not. Seat 3 there. Oh, Mohawk with the wrestling mask. Vagabond on the button. Looks like he's raising it up. No, it was actually Gabe with the Ace, Jack, Jack, 5 that raised it up. And you can see these pots build really quick, really fast. Senna also calling with the Ace, Queen, 9, 6. He's double suited. Ace high flush draw. Chewy with the Queen high flush draw. And we will see the first 3 cards here. It's going to be a 7 high flop. 2 clubs. I believe Fran had some clubs, but she folded. She called the set and folded to the raise. Check around, nobody with clubs. Anybody with a straight draw? Turn being a 6. So the pocket 9's still out in front somehow. It looks like Seno's going to take a stab at the pot. And he actually has, I was going to say he has the best hand, but actually Gabe with the jacks had the best hand. Gabe folding. And Chewy with the pocket 9s will make the call. River looks like a black 10, I believe. It's a black 8. And Chewy, if he calls this bet, will win the pot. Seno's going to bluff at it. Just has a pair of 6s. He knows it's not good. Be a 225 bet. This is going to be a hard bet for Chewy to call because there's always straight possibilities, especially in Omaha with 4 cards. The chances of somebody having a straight are very likely, and that's why Chewy will let this hand go. A lot more possibilities with the 4 cards, so you always have to fear that somebody's going to have a bigger flush than you, somebody's going to have a bigger straight than you, and that's why you normally want to play the ace high flush draws and not like a 10 high flush draw. So once again, restarting, as we did start up the stream and we had some issues and some problems. We did correct them. However, it's going to be another couple of hands until all the cameras are working properly, but everything is correct now. Can just see the one single camera view here. Like I said, another couple of hands that'll get fixed. 5, 5, 10 are the blinds in this Pot Limit Omaha game. So Baby Spider.
Well, if this was in here, that'd be like a straddle. Unless somebody else. Correct.
C2, every hand Fran. She will call the 10. Mohawk was not at the table. You could see him putting his jacket on. He had some kings. And Seno's going to bump this up, and he did. Looks like there's 2 green chips out there in front of him. He's got basically all the Broadway cards with the exception of the jack. Ace, king, queen, 10. Uh-oh, Gator with aces. And he is suited with the 5, 6 of diamonds as well. So he's going to repot it here. The dealer giving him the exact count. This is pot limit. So essentially, they'll take the last bet, multiply that by 3, and then whatever's left in the pot, add all that up, and that's how much he can raise. So Gator making the raise here, and I think it might have put him all in, or pretty close to all in. 155 was the raise that Gator put in, and leaves him with just about another, just about another 50 bucks. I'm pretty sure that's going to clear. I was going to say that's going to clear everybody out, but no, Roach caught the 155 with the queen, jack, 9, 10. You can see all of them with essentially big cards. Gator right now with the lead with the aces. But there's a lot of possibilities here. Roach suited with the diamonds. Seno suited with the hearts. So there's the flop, queen, 10 flop. It's all spades. Nobody has 2 spades. You need 2 spades for the flush. So obviously Roach calling as he has a wrap here with his queen, jack, 9, 10 plus top pair. It's going to be an empty side pot. It looks like another spade, but it looks like maybe Roach made it straight. Let's see what the cards know. It's another 8. And just going to go check down as it's a 9. And is aces good here? No, it's a straight. Roach made straight with the jack 10, right? Yeah, there you go, jack 10. He will win the pot with the straight. So the ace is getting cracked. Gator leaving the room for now, but I'm pretty sure he's going to go grab some money to reload here. So in another couple more hands, we will have all the cameras working. Right now, we just have this one camera. Everything else is working in regards to what the player's hands are, what the flop is, everything like that. This is a 3 blind game, so big blind, small blind, big blind, and then there's the 3rd blind. Like I said, 5, 5, 10, Pot Limit Omaha. The great game of PLO. So there's
He's over there walking around. Is he kicking rocks out there? Might be calling his backer.
So just pausing a little bit here. Going to see if Freddie's going to come back with this hand or wait a little bit.
Oh, baby, you just won $95.
So the lineup, you cannot see them, or all the seats. Obviously, seats 1, 2, and 3 cannot see. Those seats cannot see seats 8 and 9, but this problem does get corrected, or will get corrected. But we will give a rundown while we are waiting. So working on getting all the cameras working. Should probably be about 10 minutes to figure that out. But as I said, everything else is working. We will let you know all the action, and we will give you a rundown of who's here today in the Pot Limit Omaha game. Seat number 1, you can kind of see he's got a hat there. One of those bucket hats is what it's called. That's going to be Baby Spider. Baby Spider has been on the stream before. I think he just went by Spider the previous time. But he's going just by Baby Spider today. And then to the left of him in seat 2 is going to be Fran. She's going by Every Hand Fran. Francis. She is in seat number 2. Seat number 3, we got Gabe. Gabe did win the first hand. We showed the first hand earlier and then had to cut out and try to get everything get fits correctly. So Gabe won the first hand. He has, I believe, around 3,000 in chips. He scooped that first big pot. Then we got in seat 4, the first person you can see on screen there. It's going to be Mohawk. He's going by Mohawk. Got the Lucha Libre mask there. Then in seat 5, we have Vagabond. I believe he's from the San Antonio area, but now lives down here. Travels around a lot. And traveling to Edinburgh, Texas today for the 5-5-10 PLO. Just making sure that Freddie's coming back. That's what the delay is here. But from what I'm told, he does come back. And like I said, right now we are just waiting to get everything correct with the cameras. Normally it is a 1-3 no limit game here in the Rio Grande Valley on Wednesday nights, but changing it up just a bit to the 4-card game. So seat 5, as I said, Vagabond. Seat 6 going to be Chewy. Chewy representing Mission, Texas. And that's going to be the that's actually the birthplace of Tom Landry for you football fanatics. Mission, Texas. In seat 7 is going to be Seno, and I know I believe he currently lives in Mission, Texas right now as well. Seat 8 is Freddie, got his aces cracked last hand, and you kind of see that happen a lot in the Omaha game just because you have to fade a lot of different cards. You're basically up against 4 cards. And then in seat 9, we got Roach, Dustin Roach, and he is in the big blind. We should have a small blind, but Freddie's not at the table. So Roach is in for 5 for this hand. And then the mandatory strato, also the third, aka the third blind, is actually a 3-blind game. It's going to be Baby Spider. So we are back to the action, card action. And like I said, we should have the all of the cameras fixed here in about 10 minutes, but everything else correct on the screen. As all 4 cards being dealt out to the players. Every hand Fran there in seat 2 will be first to act. So every hand Fran likes to play every hand as possible. You can see her limp. Gabe also with the limp. And we got Mohawk with the raise here. Looks like a $40 raise. You got 1 green chip. Get called there in seat 5, Vagabond. And Roach. Looks like he's coming along as well. And he put in an extra 5, so he'll get that back. And Baby Spider will make the raise here. I don't think it's a pot size raise, but it is a raise nevertheless. Let's see. What would have been pot there? You take the 40, multiply it by 3. That's 120. Then you have plus 40. Oh, got an all in here. Mohawk going with it. It's going to be a three-way all-in. Counting out the chips is seat 5 there. Vagabond seeing how much he has. Seeing if he wants to gamble or save it for another hand. He does have a player left behind him. I'm pretty sure he knows the baby spider is pretty much going to make the call here. So he knows he has to worry about at least one other player, and with Roach behind him. Roach likes to gamble, and looks like Roach is going to make the call. I'm not sure if the action reopened here. So it was $40. So made it $225 minus $40. Is that $185? So is the raise $185? No, it's not. He's just going to call here. And we'll go 3 ways to a flop. You could see Baby Spider with a lot of black chips. Those black chips are worth $100. It looks like he has 2 stacks of them. So with 4,000, I guess, right there. All right, 3 ways to a flop. And there's the flop, all black cards. Looks like 10 high. There we go. Yeah, so 10, 9, 6 flop. Is that all spades or 2 spades? Either way, it's going check, check. Red at 7, 7 of diamonds. So there was already a possible straight, and now Roach going all in. Needs an 8, and then needs anything between a 5 or a jack to make a straight in his hand. Going one time. Haven't seen the cards. First time we'll see him. Looks like he has pocket 8s. Oh, he's got the full house. He had the 8 as well for the straight. So he had a straight with top 2 pair, and then he rivers them. The river Roach in effect early here. So River Roach.
I visited that house many times. Dust River.
River Roach with a big pot there. Still don't have the graphics up, but that was let's see here. It's basically 400 pre-flop, so about a $1,500 pot there for the Roach. So Fran is the third blind here with the 10 in seat 2. So the action will be on Gabriel to start it off with. They are going to come in for a raise. First act would be 40. If that's the case, we'll see what Gabe does here. So Mohawk jumping back into the action, raising it to 40, I believe. Since he is first to act, or with no limps and the first raise in, the max they can go is 40. This is Pot Limit Omaha. 4 cards. So 4 ways go into a flop here. We don't know what their cards are, like I said. Jack high flop, Jack 7 deuce, 2 spades. Fran will check. Check, check, and it's going to go check to seat 7. Seno going to put out 150. Black chips are $100, so 150. Fran makes the call with green chips, and looks like that should get us heads up. Nope, he goes all in. So I'm pretty sure Vagabond with a pretty good hand here for him to check raise. So best hand right now, pocket jacks. But if you have pocket jacks right now, you don't feel comfortable. There's a lot of straight draws out there. There's a lot of flush draws out there.
Still action, still action. Oh, you're on it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so Fran all in. Vagabond all in. And we'll see if they run it twice. Going to be a little side pot. I think, yeah, it's going to be a small side pot. So dragging in $3.95 to the main pot, which is on top of what was in their pre-flop. So main pot easily over 1,000, probably closer to 1,200. And they're going once. One time. Can only get lucky once. It's 5 of clubs, 10. So 8, 9. And looks like Jack 7 will scoop it here. Flop in top 2 pair, and that's going to hold. And we're going to have some rebuys. Like I said, a lot of these people just bought in for 500, tried to get lucky, but now I'm sure they're going to load up for more. Let's see, 2 players. So the stack's getting pretty big here. There's a pretty big disparity. So I think the people that bought in just for the 500 are going to try to get lucky, run it up, and then if they don't, then they'll buy in for probably 2,000. But you can see the stacks already up. Have a stack at over 4,000, a stack at over 3,000, a stack at almost 2,000. Excuse me, 2 stacks over 3,000. And then everybody else kind of in the between $400 and $600.
Okay, so 500. No,
That's the last I heard.
Fred's back.
Oh no,
Freddie? Yes, yes.
welcome back. Then you guys get
Fred, you got 500?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it right now.
Want to take it? 500.
So we are on a 15-minute delay, and I have
I did.
I have been told that the issue did get worked out. Hey, there we go. We got some. And right as I said it, it happened. So here we go. Looks like we are set again. Just a little buffer on the Wi-Fi here, but I believe we are back in action and back with all the graphics.
Sorry, 35. Yes, 35.
So this is going to be a lot of action. In general, Omaha is a lot of action just because of all the possibilities with 4 cards. Then when you have a 5-5-10 game, a 3-blind game, and then when you have the lineup that we have. So you put all that together, and we're pretty much going to see like probably $500 pots every time they see a flop. So the aces of every hand Fran making a 3-bet. And she's getting called by the ace-king. By Mohawk. Looks like Freddie rebuying. Excuse me, that's Gator rebuying and getting more in his stack. So Mohawk with the suited ace. Ace-king 10-6. Fran with the aces. She does have diamond suited. And Baby Spider with the rundown hand. They're all going high. He's going low. He has spades as well. Fran flopping top pair. Does anybody have clubs? Mohawk with the clubs, so it's getting all in. Mohawk actually with top 2 pair and a flush draw. And I believe they're going to run it twice. So the case ace coming out here, but Mohawk still has his flush draws live. Both him and Fran do have some backdoor possibilities for straights as well. Fran with the ace-jack, Mohawk with the ace-king 10. So I believe they're going twice. So Mohawk will have 4 outs twice. So normally Mohawk would be in real good shape here with top 2 pair with the nut flush draw, but Fran with top set is going to eliminate some of his outs. So running it twice, first board, an 8, that's nothing, and then a 7, so Fran will get a full house, another 8, and no, Fran is going to scoop this. So Fran will scoop this. So that's a $1,200 pot going to Fran's way. The dealer, Jeremiah, will ship it over.
Team Roach is undefeated with those aces, man. 2 for 2.
All right, so finally got everything set up. All the players in their seats, all the graphics working right. And we are here in the Rio Grande Valley, South Texas, Texas Card House for our stream. Button in seat 1, 3-blind game, 4-card game, as it'll be a 5-5-10 Omaha.
I leave the room there.
So once again, got all the technical difficulties worked out here. Thank everybody for joining us tonight. I'm your announcer, Isaac Ebram, flying solo tonight. This is our actually first Omaha stream here in the Rio Grande Valley. Decided to change things up a little bit. The great game of PLO. So the action will be on, not Chewy. Okay, now it's on Chewy. So Chewy folds. And the card reader is going to take a little extra to pick up these 4 cards. Looks like seat 8 there, excuse me, seat 7, Seno coming in for a limp. Still don't know what his cards are. So the dealer slowing down the action, making sure that all the cards get read. We do realize it's very important for everybody watching at home. I'm sure there's some people watching at work. So wherever you may be watching us, welcome. And the slight pause in the action is just to make sure to get all the cards read properly. So it looks like, there we go. So that was C5. He was under the gun. He folded. We saw Chewy's cards. And looks like Fran, I believe in seat 2, potted it because it is $70 to go now. There was a couple of limps. You could see Seno limping and then folding. Gator limping and then folding. It was actually seat 1, Baby Spider, that made it 70 to go. Did not get the reading of Fran's cards. And the dealer having her rescan it, and there you go. Ace, King, 9, 10 for Fran, the hearts variety. Baby Spider has a very similar hand. And Roach is calling with the Jack 7, 4, 3. So Roach with the diamonds, Fran with the hearts, and then Baby Spider has the straight draws. So the pot already up to 225 pre-flop. We haven't even seen the first 3 cards. 225 in the pot. This is Pot Limit Omaha.
And the baloney 3
Queen high flop. So Spider with top 2 pair. Fran with the straight draw. It's checked around to the initial raiser, Baby Spider, and he will bet 100. I'm pretty sure Fran's going to call here. She has a lot of possibilities.
He was hoping to contribute that guy. He would play regularly against the Vipers with Austin.
So heads up to the flop here, to the turn here. So we have a jack that will make it straight. None of them have a jack, but now Fran has 2 pair, which is not as good as the queen 10 of Baby Spider. She will once again check to Spider. Baby Spider with 425 in the pot will bet 225, excuse me, 255.
He pulled a 7 on Wednesday night.
And it looks like Fran calling. She does not want a 10 here. A jack will work for a straight. And no, she doesn't get a jack. So I believe both of them have full houses. No. Fran comes from behind to scoop the spot. She didn't want a 10. She could only hit the 9 for the better. And she's going to check straight trap, but I'm pretty sure Baby Spider's just going to shut it down here. And he does. It goes check, check. So every hand Fran went in back-to-back hands, was going for the straight, winds up going runner, runner, 2 pair. So it was queen 10 versus 10-9, both of them with 2 pairs. Fran could not hit the 10. That would have given her a worse full house. She hits the 9, and she will go up to scoop in that $500 pot, as we will have a dealer change here. So dealer change here. That was Jeremiah dealing, or Jerry as his friends call him. Jer Bear as his girlfriend calls him. Not sure who's dealing now, but little dealer change. They will scramble the cards. So 3 blinds, small blind, big blind, and the third blind it is going to be $10. He just has green chip, so that is $10. The dealer will make change for that. So we are back, and once again, it is 4 cards here. You can see the stack sizes, who has what so far. Like I said, a lot of people just bought him for 500, a little on the short side, but they're going to try to run it up, and if they're not able to run it up, then they will add on, reload. Chewy going to be first stacked here. Ace, Queen, Jack, 7. He does have the Jack suited, but it looks like he's going to come in for a limp. And it'll be a $50 race. Ace, King, Jack, 3. So the big ace for Seno, making it 50. I'm making it 80. No, it's 50. It should be 50. Yeah, it's 50. So we are going 5 ways to a flop. You can see all the hands. You can see their percentages there. Right now, Baby Spider, since he has a pair, is in the lead. No, there was a pair of 10s out there too. Somebody had a pair of 9s, which was Baby Spider. Mohawk with the pair of 10s, but Baby Spider flopping top set. Is there any straight draws? Does anybody have an 8? Nobody has an 8. $400 in the pot. Baby Spider for sure will bet here. And he bets 1 of each. 1 black chip, 1 green chip, 1 red chip. Mohawk with the overpair making the call. And let me see, does he have backdoor spades? No, has a backdoor straight draw with the Queen Jack. So he's only at 9% right now, but that's because there's still more people in the pot. Once we get heads up, the true percentage will pop up. Full house for Baby Spider, and Mohawk's going to have to be done. No, wait, Mohawk has a 4. Oh, that 4 is going to get him in trouble. And as a matter of fact, he leads and bets here. Yeah, drawn to a 4, and that's not going to happen. So Baby Spider will win this pot. And he's going to have the 10s full there. Excuse me, 9s full there. So that was a really bad turn for Mohawk. He hit trips and thought that the trips were good. He went all in. Baby Spider called him with the full house, and Baby Spider will win the $1,000 pot. Like I said, the pots get big here really fast. Every hand Fran so far the winner. And looks like everybody else is in the red so far. Mohawk over $1,000 in the red, but Seno buying in, I guess, for 4,000. That's why he had that many chips. Gabe actually won those chips on the very first hand, but we did have an issue with the stream, so that's why it's showing that he's losing right now. But I know Gabe is in for only $500 or $600. He might have added on, but he did win like a $2,000 pot. The first hand that got streamed, we had technical difficulties. We had to restart the stream, so that graphic with Gabe is wrong. And I think maybe everybody else will be close to right, or C5, that's also wrong. I know he rebought. He's in for 2 bullets. So we had their chip stacks from when they first started, and then we had technical difficulties and had to restart the stream. So that's why it's a little bit off. So Seno coming in with the raise here, 10 high. So that's a little ambitious. Double got queens and eights. Freddie just making the call, and that's going to bring in a lot of other people. He has queen, queen, 8-8 with diamonds. Roach coming in with the jack 9-6-4. Fran with a double suited hand. Would have liked a raise there from Fran, but she likes to see flops. Doesn't like to get blown off the hand, so just kind of wants to see the flop first and then commit the chips. Mohawk just lost the last hand, and he's coming in with the 7-6 deuce deuce. So 5 ways, 6 ways to the flop. And let's see the flop. A little lag there. There we go. King 10-8. We have Gator flopping bottom set. Is there any spades out there? Wow, nobody has spades. That's a little surprising. We do have some people with straight draws.
That's exciting.
Looks like Gator only bet him $40. Is that right? I know the graphics are still trying to catch up. Sometimes with all the cards in there. So you can see Gator out in front right now, trying to clear out all the graphics. I'm trying to see if Gator bet. There's 140 in the pot. So 140 in the pot, making sure that everybody's cards got read properly. And there we go. Now we're starting the action. The dealer was told that some of the cards didn't get read properly. So Chewy going with top 2 pair. He's going all in. I'm pretty sure Gator will call with bottom set. So all in for right at 300. 300, Freddie with bottom set. No, Gator's folding? So Roach with the straight draw. Roach has an open-ended straight draw with a backdoor flush draw. Fran with 2 pair as well. Fran with the same hand as Chewy, but she can improve with an ace. So right now, Roach, who does not have a made hand yet, is actually, I was going to say he's fair, but he's not. There's the 4. That changes nothing. It's going to go check, check, and then the 3 comes in. So it looks like the top 2 pair of Fran and Chewy will chop it up. Roach missing his straight draw. He just shows the 4. Gator's going to see what everybody has and know that he folded the winner. He had pocket 8s. Like I said, he had queens and 8s pre-flop. He just called the $40 initial raise. Probably might have re-raised it myself, but really hard to do with so many people left stacked behind you. So it'll be a chop pot between seat 2, Every Hand Fran, and seat 6, El Chewy. Both of them with a top 2 pair. We'll chop up this $1,000 pot. So we did have a 2-5 stream on Friday. I was actually out of town. Last time I was here was our 1-3 game, and this is a very, very big difference between the two with just the size of the pots here. So while they deal the 4 cards, would like to remind everybody about the bad beat we have here at Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. You lose with a straight flush, get paid, as it is a $25,000 bad beat. Both hold cards must play for both players. And we are doing something special for Cinco de Mayo here. You hit quad fives, you get paid $500. That's Cinco de Mayo. I believe that's Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. So this Sunday, let me just look at the calendar here. Yeah. So $500 for the quads. And it's all right. We got all the cards dealt out. Do have a little extra time between hands. Takes a little extra to get out. Gator first to act will fold. Roach with the rundown hand. He might raise with this. You can see everybody going for playing the big cards here. This is what you call a rundown hand in Omaha. He's also double suited. So he essentially has a straight in his hand. And wow, Fran with the aces. Second time she picks some aces and has the jack 10 where she can make the nut straight. And has the club. So Fran with a really, really good hand here. Gabe, who won the very first hand, will call with the suited queen and pocket deuces. Vagabond, pocket tens, 8-6, has the hearts. And then Senna with the ace-king suited and the nines. So everybody has potential, and it'll be the fours. Does anybody have a four? I don't think anybody has a four. No, so who has hearts? Roach with the open-ended straight draw and backdoor flush draw. He was the initial raiser. He will take the lead here. Fran might fold here since it's a paired board. She does have the aces, so that's why she's calling. She wants to see one more card with those aces. And looks like everybody else is going to fold here. So there's a lot of cards that Roach can hit for a straight here. And that's not one of them, as now there's three hearts. So flush gets there, and Roach will hit the straight. So Roach hits the straight, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Aces and fours not good. Roach will roll over his hand. There it is. He's showing the straight. And now he will, the dealer, pushing up the 3 cards that the players are using. You do have to use 3 cards on the board. 2 cards in your hand, 3 cards on the board. I know sometimes when somebody's playing Omaha for the first time, they forget about that or they don't know about that. So take, for example, in Hold'em, if there's 4 spades on the board and you have the ace of spades, well, you have an ace-high flush. But in Omaha, it doesn't work like that. If there's 4 spades on the board, that doesn't matter because you can only play 3 of them. So you have to have 2 spades in your hand to have a flush in that example. If you just had the ace of spades there and no other spades, you would not have a flush in Omaha. There's also a difference there on the paired boards where you will see it could be like a double paired board like ace, ace, king, king, and you just have an ace. You don't have a full house. You have trip aces. You need your second card to play for the full house. It looked like Roach thought he was a blind, and he's not, so he will look at his cards and pull it back. He hadn't seen his cards, so he will get to see his cards. And now put it to $10. Baby Spider with the aces, he is definitely limping here to back raise. And so far the plan hasn't worked. But Baby Spider really wants, there we go. Baby Spider really wants somebody to raise, and he has a customer. So we also have kings in his hand. Ace, queen suited with the 7-6 for Chewy. But Baby Spider is definitely going to put in the back raise here, especially to clear out some of these hands. So Roach getting a good price, but here comes the back raise. There it is. He's telling the dealer pot. The dealer will figure out what the pot is. It's going to be 360, which will clear out. Gabe is a double suited with the pocket tens, but that 5 doesn't connect. Like if the 5's maybe a 6, it can connect for a straight. He might think about calling. He is up on the session, so Looks like he's going to gamble here. And Mohawk kind of regretting his raise now, but feels priced in. The pocket kings. Vagabond, I could easily see calling. He only has diamonds. And then Chewy coming in with the suited ace. Ace, queen, 7-6. Also a suited ace. We got Gator, and all his cards are working together, which is always good. The ace-3 is working for a straight. The 9-10 is also working for the straight. Ace-10 working for the straight as well. So all his cards are working, unlike a Gabe who has that dangler with the 5. That's not working together, but Gator's going to fold. And Roach, I think, is just pretty much priced in at this point. Roach, by far, has the worst hand, but that's never stopped him from putting money in before. So Roach will make the call, and we will go 5 ways to a flop that's already over $2,000 in the flop. So big pots tonight. Like I said, compared to last Wednesday, we had the 1-3 game in. Everybody bought it for $300. There was a lot of limping involved. And I think maybe we had one pot over $2,000 the entire night. And we have a $2,000 pot with, is it 5 ways or 6 ways? 6 ways. Baby Spider with the diamonds as well, and he has the 8-7 working for the straight too. So 4, 5, 9. You can see Roach now has top pair with some straight draws. Oh, he has 2 pair as a matter of fact. I think he's in the lead now, right? Chewy actually mathematically is in the lead right now with the straight draw, and he has backdoor flush draws as well. Spider with that 8-7, he's coming along as well, especially with that great price that he's getting, 230. He's thinking about raising the build in a side pot here is what he's thinking about doing. He does have the straight draw working for him and the aces and backdoor diamonds. So for sure he's calling. The only question is he going to put in a raise? Baby Spider says raise. He wants to clear out the other players. Gabe's going to have to fold here. Now, normally in Hold'em, you flop an overpair to the board. You're feeling good, but this is not good. He does have the 5 plus the overpair plus some backdoor draws, but it's not a nut flush. None of the backdoor draws are the nuts. Then that's, of course, being the best possible line you can make, which would be the ace high straight normally, or the straight flush draw. Gabe's going to give it up. Mohawk, flop the pair. Has some backdoor straight draws, has some backdoor flush draws. I really think when you saw that he called the initial raise, he was the initial raiser, and then when somebody 3-bet him, he really didn't like it. So he's pretty much just going with this hand. Knows that he didn't play it 100% optimal, but as the saying goes, it is what it is. So now we got a big side pot working here. The pot itself is 5,000. You can see the percentages for everybody. As pretty much everybody's like 25%. So Mohawk with the least equity here at 21%, but still 20% with another 3 players in the hand is very good. He has backdoor straight draws and backdoor flush draws. The 8-7s with the straight. Roach with the 2 pair right now with technically the best made hand currently. But as you can see in Omaha, it really doesn't matter what the flop is. And we're going to see the turn in the river as everybody's all in. There's the backdoor heart draw possibility for Chewy. Roach still with the best hand, but now the 8-7. Well, Spider moved all in because he picked up open-ended now. So now Mohawk with the wrap. The 10 gives him a wrap. He can hit a lot of cards for a straight here. Basically any card bigger than an 8, and he will make a straight. Oh, an 8 or an ace. He doesn't make straight. Anything else, he's making a straight. Hearts for Chewy, and the hearts come in for Chewy. Looks like they ran a side pot twice. And the aces, it'll be aces up. as Roach's 9-4 gets counterfeited for the side pot.
Well, 9-8.
Yeah, so it looks like they ran it twice for one of the boards, but Chewy get in there with the big main pot with the ace queen of hearts. So it is going to take a while to get everything chopped up, and wow, they chop it up. We do have some May promotions coming up here at the Texas Card House. But first we'll tell you about the tournaments. So every Friday and every Sunday, there is a $2,000 tournament for only a $20 buy-in. So $20 buy-in, you get a $20,000 starting stack. So if you're not that experienced in tournaments, this is a real good, cheap way to figure out tournaments. So $20 to get a 20K starting stack, 20-minute levels, and this is going to be every Friday in May and every Sunday. The Sunday tournament will be at 2 o'clock. The Friday tournament will be at 6 o'clock. Then on Saturdays is going to be the big tournament, the deep stack, $5,000 guaranteed, $2,000 first guaranteed. It is a deep stack, so you get 50K in chips, and it's also 30-minute blind levels. So that's a $200 buy-in. It does start at 2 p.m. On Saturday. Since it is a deep stack, it is going to take a little bit longer to play out. Not starting it at the normal 6 o'clock. It is the weekend. We will be starting it at 2 o'clock. $200 buy-in, $2,000 for first guaranteed. Deep stack 50K. And then, if you like the bounty tournament, so we got you covered on Mondays. The double green chip bounty. So green chip is $25. So essentially, $50 will be the bounty if you knock somebody out. $150 to start. 50 will go towards the bounty. 100 will go towards the prize pool. 20K starting stack. And then also, if you show up on time to the tournaments, any of these tournaments, you show up on time, register before the tournament starts. This says before 7, but before the tournament starts, you do get an extra 10K in chips plus an hour's worth of time in the cash game. So finally got all that sorted out with the multiple people in the hand. And as I said, this game does have a high variance. So the hold'em with the 2 cards, a lot more straightforward, if you will. The Omaha with the 4 cards pretty much makes the possibilities not endless, but makes them a lot more compared to hold'em. So back to the next hand we go, as Chewy went in the main pot there, and then they did chop the side pot. Action will be on seat 9. There are 3 blinds out here. So, no, action will be, excuse me, on Baby Spider. Forgot about the 3rd blind. Roach in seat 9 is the 3rd blind. So every hand Fran will probably get rid of that. Yeah, she does. You're looking for, like I said, cards that work together well. And this hand, you have the 3 big cards working together, plus the ace-high flush draw. And Mohawk coming in for the raise. He's going to get 3-bet? Yeah, he's going to get 3-bet. As Vagabond has a suited hand, and pretty much all the cards are working there with the straight. It's going to pick up Gabe, who has the better hearts. Everybody with hearts here. I think all we have is hearts, right? Nobody else is suited anywhere else. So I don't think we're going to see anybody hit a flush this hand. But we will see 3 cards. Ace, 8, 5. So Gabe with the ace king. And Mohawk with some straight draw possibilities. but it's going to be Vagabond that's going all in here. He was a pre-flop aggressor. He mainly just has backdoor outs. He actually has the worst percentage between all the players, and he's the one driving the action. He did go all in here. The graphics just showing $70, but no, it is a larger bet. He basically potted it, so you can see the bet is around $400 because he did pot it. And Mohawk with the best hand is going with it. And once again, we're going to have another multi-way all in here on the flop. There's just so many outs that everybody flops. Now, sometimes those outs aren't good. Take, for example, these players might think they have backdoor hearts, but those backdoor hearts aren't good because Gabe has the big hearts. So a 6 for Mohawk will make him a straight. Gabe with the pair right now is in the lead with the ace-king. Basically, nobody else can hit a pair that's going to be bigger than his ace, and that's why his percentage is so big here. The dealer, we got Kenny in the box. Mr. Jones in the box, making sure that the pots are correct. So I think they're just waiting on Gabe because it's a little more that he owes. Mohawk moved all in for a little bit more than what the initial bet was. He's obviously going to call. It's only like, I want to say less than $100 more. And you can see there's over 1,000 in the pot. So now they got everything correct. Oh wait, he gets $30 left or $35 left. So that's going in, and they'll make a little side pot here. So everybody all in, 3 ways. Gabe in the lead right now. Mohawk with the straight draw. Vagabond with some backdoor straight draws. Basically anything 9 or above will give him a straight. Oh, pocket 8s. So the ace-king now way out in front, over 90% to win. And looks like C5 there is drawn dead. I think. No, he's saying he's got a full house, I think. I was about to say, I think the reader might have read it wrong because he did go a little too crazy, in my opinion, with the hands that are showing there. But they just want to make everything official. They will put the river out there. So I think that 9 or 10 that's showing on the screen, I think that's actually an 8 for him. No, the card reader was right. I thought I heard somebody from the table say he has a boat. That's why I thought maybe the card reader was wrong. But all that action is just actually just going to be a pair of aces that win that. All that action, as it'll be the ace-king that he's playing. So the 3 cards from the board will be the ace, 8, 8. And he's playing the ace-king in his hand. So he has aces and 8s with a king kicker. And that's gonna scoop this, and you can see Mohawk there already rebuying 2 stacks of green chips, each stack being 500. And he'll put 500 behind. He does get 1,000 in chips from Baby Spider, but he put the 500, half of it on the table. So still going with the run it up strategy. You can see the dealer verifying that yes, you are just playing 5. Now, anytime afterwards he can add chips, but whatever he puts on right now, whatever he verifies has to stay. So he did buy 1,000 of chips from Baby Spider. I'm pretty sure Baby Spider has a bunch of black chips, and he'll just replace those green chips with black chips on his stack. But once you announce how much you're playing, that has to stay. So even though he bought it for 1,000, he announced he's just playing the 500. 500 is behind just in case. And we are back with hand number 15 here. I know a couple weeks ago we did get $100 hands in on the stream, and there's no way that's happening today with Omaha because it is a slower game. So a little bit of a lag there. Looks like maybe one of the cameras is frozen. There we go. Fran will make the fold. Gabe feeling it. He does have the rundown hand, which is normally the middle cards there. He has suited with the 8-6, but he will just make the call. Race coming with the pocket kings in. Vagabond making the raise to 50. Like I said, the normal open would normally be to 40, but since there was one limper in there that added the 10, and you can see Baby Spider getting the black chips since he did sell some chips out of his stack. He sold 2,000, so they brought him a stack of black. Oh, Baby Spider with the aces. So aces versus kings. The kings coming along. This is the second time he has kings. I believe both times he runs into aces. So Seno is calling in position on the button. He does have diamonds. And he does have the 9-7. So got a lot of those middle cards here. I think maybe the king should have like 4-bet just to get a heads up here, but they brought in the other player. And the other player's going to flop top pair. And I know that doesn't put him ahead, but it does give him a lot more outs because if he pairs any of his other cards, it gives him 2 pair. So he could pair the queen, 10, or 9 to give him a better 2 pair. The kings is going to go with it here. And it's a $500 bet. I'm pretty sure he's going to call here because the pot was already at the...
How much is that?
And he is getting a count. It's gonna be just over 500. 580 is what it looks like. The dealer making sure that it is 580, but it's 500 to win over 2,000. He will make that call, and like I said, if he pairs any of the other cards, the ace is out in front right now. The king's in bad shape. He needs to hit a king. Wait, he does have the 5 as well, so that helps him. So now he could hit a 5, a queen, or a king. And the aces are pretty much just relying on the aces. So I believe he did hit the 2 pair there, Seno, with the 10-7. Like I said, he flopped top pair. The aces do have spades, though. So Baby Spider's going to continue on here now that he picked up the flush draw. And Seno, now that he has the 2 pairs, is going to call. So we're going to see a monster side pop between the 2 chip leaders here. As Baby Spider putting in a $1,700 bet. Seto kind of called to hit 2 pair was one of the reasons why he called. But is he getting the right price in his mind? And yes, he is. Well, he goes all in.
He's a one-timer.
So it looks like they're going once. So the 2 pair out in front right now, Baby Spider with the flush draw can also hit a deuce for trips. So Baby Spider, the ace, the deuce, or the spade for the win. Vagabond needs a king that is not a spade, but he does have the king of spades. He needs a queen that's not a spade or a 5. So the players showing their cards. So they're just verifying since the player that's all in on the middle pot only wants to run it once, if they can run it twice on the side. I think they can only run it once, but that is why they're calling the floor to get a ruling. Essentially, yeah, everybody has to agree. So it's just going to be once, and it's going to be the queen. So the queen 5 is, oh no, the queen 10, excuse me. I thought the queen 5 got there. The queen was not an out for him as Seno had it. And I think that might be it for seat 5, as he is getting his jacket. Yeah, he's taking his jacket, he's taking his phone, And he's going home.
35,
Like I said, I'm not too experienced in Omaha, but I'm thinking maybe once Spider put in the raise with the aces pre-flop, I'm thinking maybe he should have three bet it there to kind of get it heads up. But he just called and it brought in Seno, who was actually the initial raiser.
Why the fuck does Pete want me to call him? Is he trying to invite me to this game?
Yeah, so Seno was the initial raiser in that pot, and then Spider with the aces three bet it, and the kings just called the three bet, which brought in Seno. And Seno will scoop that huge pot. So just 16 hands in, you can see the VPIP. VPIP's actually pretty high considering that it is an Omaha game, because a lot of times here in Omaha, as you can see, if you pretty much if you call the $10, you're basically saying you're committing your stack. So normally you kind of see tighter ranges pre-flop, because anytime you put money into the pot, you're pretty much telling people, hey, I'm probably going to go with this hand. So normally you see a lower VPIP in the Omaha games, but not the case here. Everybody sees the four cards. They see all the possibilities. And that's probably what's happening. Everybody's calling it a 10 and then somebody pots it. But yeah, they see the four cards. They see all the possibilities. They kind of start thinking about their best case scenario. But then somebody pots it and they're like, well, I guess it cost me 10, so let me fold the hand. And that's probably why the VPIP is so high. Plus we've seen less than 20 hands. So once a lot of hands are seen, then it kind of levels off, and it's more of a true percentage. Right now, it's really not, because the sample size is too small. So 5, 5, 10 are the blinds. There is the third blind out there, and Gabe first stack will come in with a raise, and you will come in for 40. The dealer having Gabe rescan his cards didn't pick up one of the cards, and still have a mystery card for Gabe. But the cards he has right there are they're all working with each other. So if that fourth card for Gabe is like anything like an 8 or above, that's a diamond, then everything working, and he is going to raise with it. That's why he raised. It looks like we have a 3-bet. Seno with the double suited hand, suited in clubs, suited in diamonds, and once again, all his cards are working for him. The ace and the deuce are working together, and 9 and the jack. Does anybody have jack 10? So we have king, queen, 4, rainbow. So I'm pretty sure some people have flush draws. Granted, they'll probably be gut shot flush draws. I'm pretty sure Seno had an ace 10, so jack would give him a straight. And then Gabe with top 2 pair. Roach with also a straight draw. A 10 would make him a straight. But you can see pretty much all the 10s are out. No, all the 10s are out. So Roach's straight is not good. You have the pocket 10s, who has a straight draw with the jack, but that wouldn't be good either. All right, flush draw picked up for Mohawk. He has the 2 spades. Does anybody have bigger spades? I don't see anybody with bigger spades. So Gabe, I don't know what that last card is. He's going all in now that he picked up the flush draw. So he has a flush draw and a straight draw. And the flush draw is now good that the ace 10 folded. So if the jack comes, he does make the straight. Don't know what Gabe's last card is. If it's a king or a queen, he has a set. And not getting the percentages because we don't know Gabe's last card. And it'll be Gabe with the king, queen. So just those 2 cards are good enough for the win. And I heard him say set a queen. So Gabe, that last card for him was a queen, but just the king, queen was good either way. Yeah, so I think Roach might have hit a straight. No.
That all the way to the river?
No, because all the 10s were dead. Roach would have needed a 10 for a straight. Of course, you cannot make a straight in poker without a 5 or a 10. A 5 or a 10 either has to be on the board or in your hand to make a straight. All the straights, the smallest straight is ace to 5. So essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there needs to be an ace either on the board or in your hand. The biggest straight also involving the ace, since the ace is both high and low, but that'll be the ace, king, queen, jack, 10. And then everything in between, if you're going to have a straight, needs to either have a 5 or a 10 in it. And all the 10s were dead. So Roach went and made the straight. Gabe continues on with his little heater. He did win the first hand. And he wins this hand with a set of queens. I believe the dealer said it was a set of queens, that the third card was a queen. But like I said, it didn't matter, as Mohawk missed his straight and his flush. I don't know if we get that other seat filled, as it was a quick night for Vagabond. That's what could happen in this game, Omaha. You could win a lot really quick, but you could also lose a lot really quick. And I think he just came for, essentially, he had a bankroll in mind. He was willing to lose X amount of money, and I don't know what that number was, but whatever it was, he got to that number and he said, you know what, I'm out. I'm not gonna chase my losses. This is what I was willing to lose. I lost it, even though he didn't play for that long, played for about an hour, but he said, you know what, limit your losses. Bankroll management there. Like I said, I don't know if we're gonna get the seat filled. It's either gonna be really good or really bad. Like if somebody's thinking about playing and they walk in and they see all the stack sizes, they're gonna be, all right, I could win a lot of money, or you know what, there's too much money on this table, I'm out. So every hand, Fran flopping trip jacks, queen, jack, 10, 3. Does anybody else have a jack, or does anybody else have pocket nines? There's obviously a lot of straight draws out there. You can see Roach has a wrap, but normally not good to continue on with a straight draw or a flush draw, since the board is paired. That's normally a good rule in general, but especially in Omaha. Like in Omaha, somebody's always going to have it. And you can see Roach is continuing on here. But if he hits some of his cards, it's going to give Fran a boat. So Fran now still with trip jacks. Once again, she doesn't have a full house because you have to play both hold cards. Now Fran has a full house because she does have jack 10 in her hand. And Roach, did Roach hit a straight or no? Queen 8. Roach did hit a straight, but the straight is no good. And that's why you normally don't want to chase those straight draws or flush draws on the paired board, because it's very easily for somebody else to have a full house and you're drawing dead. So we are playing Omaha tonight. Normally it is Hold'em. 1-3 Hold'em, but changing it up a bit. All right, the big promo that we have this month here is the Poker Pyramid. So you can see the breakdown right there, as this is available Fridays to Mondays. So on the weekend, essentially every hand will be represented on the pyramid, and you hit the hand, you get paid. The last hand that doesn't get hit, they don't have to get hit in order, but the last hand will get $1,500. That's something new here for May, as we will go back to the action. Okay, so the player's asking if the seat's going to get filled. Even though eight-headed Omaha is a nice game, I mean, 8's actually the max you can play if it's a 5-card game. If it's like Big O or Congress, depending on where you're from, just because of the amount of cards that get dealt out, 8 is the most you can play in the 5-card variety. But this is 4-card variety, so technically a full table is 9-handed. We are 8-handed right now. Every hand, Fran, King, Queen, 6-4, double suited. Baby Spider with the Ace, King, 8-5, has all the cards working for him. Single suited, but all All right, so we got diamonds. I know Fran had diamonds, and Spider, baby Spider, with the king high diamonds. A set of threes for Roach, and he's going to lead right out here. Bet in half pot. Baby Spider with the king high flush draw comes along, and Fran also coming along with the gut shot with the jack. She might think that her diamonds are good, but they're not. So Fran looking for a jack. A jack of diamonds would be disastrous for her. Roach also with the straight draw. That's why he let out. So the 6. I don't think that helps anybody. The 8-7 makes the straight. Nobody has an 8-7. Now Fran has 2 pair, but Roach is going with it. And is it going to be enough? No. If it's just 225, it's not going to be enough for Baby Spider to fold. And it looks like it is just 225. And I think Fran's going to continue on here now that she picked up a pair. And with the price she's getting, 225, probably thinks that her flush draw is good, but it's not. If anything pairs up, Roach will make a straight. So Fran can only hit a jack that is not the jack of diamonds. So, and Roach has a jack in his hand. So Fran with 2 outs here. And that's why she's only 6%. Because if she hits any of her other cards, none of them are going to be good. So Fran will call, looking for only the jack that is not the diamond. So jack of clubs, jack of spades is all she can win with. The 7 gets there, so does anybody have an 8 in their hand? But they would also need some. Oh, the Spider hit a straight? Yeah, Baby Spider hit a straight. So he has the 8, but more importantly, he has another card to go with it, the 5. So the 5 will make him a straight. So he has a 9 high straight. He doesn't have a 10 high straight because you need to use both cards. So as I said earlier, you normally want all the cards to be working together. The 5 was barely working together, but that's what's going to do the trick for Baby Spider, as he will hit the straight and scoop the pot. All right, so getting back to the pyramid here real quick. This is a new promo. So this will be essentially all the hands. So you have 13 three-of-a-kinds. You must use both hold cards. So aces through kings, or 2s through aces, however you want to look at it. So if you make quads with that, you will win an amount. If you make a straight flush, any straight flush, basically the first person that makes a straight flush will claim that, and then a royal flush, which is normally the last one to get hit. This promo does basically run on the weekends. It runs Friday, from Friday to Monday is when you have this promo. All right, like I said, there's a little more time between the hands here. And it looks like everything's dealt out. Takes a little longer to deal 4 cards, with twice as long, right? So it looks like everybody's just calling a 10. Baby Spider looked like he had a decent hand, but he was busy stacking chips. So he decided to take a handoff. And we're actually going to see a limp pot here. A limp pot 6 ways. So a little surprising there, and the table actually making a comment that, yeah, this is a little surprising here. And we got diamonds. So we got Jack, 10, 7. So far I see 10, 6 of diamonds. So Gator would have a flush draw, and he's the only one with the flush draw. So Queen 10 would make a straight. And it's checked to Gabe here. He has 2 pair. He has 2 pair, which is in the lead right now. We'll see if Gator continues. He does not. Doesn't have the nut draw. And Gabe actually has the blocker as well. So Roach with the straight draw. Going to see one more. Gabe will make a full house. And Roach is not going to call a bet here. Oh, Gabe actually checked because he's trying to trap here. So Gabe with the full house trying to trap. Basically knows that's the only way he can make any money. And it looks like Roach is falling in the trap here. So the only thing to beat Gabe is ace king. So he might only call here, even though he did check hoping that Roach would bet. So he loses to ace king. That's all he loses to, as he has the second nuts, ace jack. And is he thinking about raising? I mean, I'm guessing that's why he checked. And yes, indeed, he does raise, makes it another 200. Not a big raise, knowing that he doesn't have the ace king, but Gabe will take the pot. And Roach was just 10 high. Like I said, he could only bluff it. That was the only way he could win the hand. So even a small pot was like a $500 pot. So once again, the poker pyramid, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So essentially, we don't know what order this is going to go in. But if you hit a high hand, using both your hold cards, so it'll be 15 different spots there, as you can see. So the first 5 people to hit a high hand will get $100. The next 4 people to hit a high hand will get $200, and on and on. So take for example you hit a straight flush, and you're one of the first ones to hit a high hand. Well, you're only getting $100, which is good, but you basically want everybody to hit the high hands at least the first 2 levels. You kind of want to knock those out of the way. But once that hand gets hit, it's off the board. So once that hand gets hit, it's off the board. So if you hit deuces, but somebody had already hit deuces, it's not part of the pyramid. All right, Baby Spider with a suited ace. And once again, all the cards are working for him. The ace is working with the 4. The queen is working with the 10. The queen is also working with the ace. The queen is also, yeah. So he's got cards working with each other, and he has the flush draw as well, which actually isn't good, as you can see, because every hand Fran with the king high flush draw. Mohawk coming in, and pretty much all the cards are working for each other. We did fill that 5th seat here. We'll get his information here in just a bit. Between all that, we have 2 pocket pairs, we have jacks, and we have 9s. And they're the jacks. So the jacks of Seno making a middle set. It says 5 of clubs, but it's actually a jack of diamonds. So you can see the board, which is correct. When they flop the cards out, they picked up the wrong card. Mohawk with the ace high flush draw here, plus he has a straight draw. It's a queen of diamonds, jack of diamonds, and 7 of hearts. So Fran has, let's see what Fran has. Fran has a straight draw. Fran has a wrap, actually. Fran has a wrap. So she has the, so Mohawk going all in with his flush draw and straight draw. So Seno right now with the best hand with the set of jacks, but he has to dodge flush draws and straight draws. Here comes the turn, and Seno hits quad. So now the hand's over. He had to dodge everything, and he's going to bet very, very small here. And Fran immediately folds, and Mohawk is drawn dead. Mohawk actually hit his straight, but it's no good. So the $1,320 pot shipped to Seno, 1,320 feet. That's a quarter mile. And and I live my life a quarter mile at a time. All right, like I said, it does take a little bit longer here between the hands. We do have some activity on the chat. This is, I believe, the YouTube chat. I do not have access to the Facebook chat, so if you're watching on the Facebook, I don't have access to that. I only have a couple of comments. Got Brian Branch, who tuned in earlier. 4 Cards Forever, the great game of Omaha. And Pete Romero, shout out to Jerry, a.k.a. Yao Ming, the nicest dealer in the RGV. So that's the chat that I have access to. If you are tuning in, we are up to 71 viewers, and like I said, we did get a replacement there for seat 5, and it looks like he's going to sit out a hand with the 3 blinds. I think he didn't. I think he just wanted to kind of see the table, get a feel of the table, and he is allowed to do that depending on where you come in. So he's essentially waiting for the button to pass. Joey Pigtails, what's up, guys? He is a poker vlogger. Joey Pigtails, so you can check him out on YouTube with the vlog. So you can see the 3 blinds out. Action is on seat 9, first to act. You can either come in for $10, which would be a limp. He could pot it for $40 or bet anything in between. And he's going to make it to $40. He has aces. So ace, queen, 6. And once again, that 6 isn't working with anything. And it's kind of rare that none of your suits have a flush draw. And you can see none of his suits have a flush draw. So Spider will actually 3-bet him with his ace high flush draw, ace, queen, 7, 5. And Roach knows that his hand is very vulnerable. So he announced pot. He's repotting it here. His 6 isn't working with anything. Just the queen is working with it. He has no suits. So he's putting in the 4-bet here. He's trying to build this pot early because he knows that there's a lot of bad flops. Spider will call in position. Baby Spider in position here. And he flops top pair here. And he says all in. He has about another $300 left. Spider has to call here. He has straight draws working, flush draws working. So it needs a diamond. Nope, that's it. It's over as Roach will boat up. So the second boat we see, and this pot is $1,590. So Roach raised first to act under the gun with the aces, got 3-bet, and like I said, none of his aces were suited, and the 6 was kind of a dangler, wasn't working with anything. So he wanted to build the pot pre-flop. That's what he did, and he got a good flop too. So do not have access to the Facebook chat. I do have access, I believe, to the YouTube chat. I believe this is YouTube. So Joey Pigtails says that all he plays is PLO, so that's what brought him here. And lots of double board bomb pots. Apparently the unsuited aces are known as ugly aces. Did not know that. Don't have that much experience with the Omaha. I do have the basics. And it's going to be Fran coming in for the limp. Got aces again. And Gabe just calling here. He is suited. So he has all his cards working for him. So he might backbet here, as Seno does put in the raise. So we'll see if Gabe 3-bets it here, which I think is the play. No, he's just gonna call. So we have aces versus kings. The kings have the 5-deuce of diamonds. We have Chewy in there with the queen jack 9-8, And Chewy hits trips, but the pocket kings flop a boat, and he will lead right out. So I know this is a little different than Hold'em. Normally you want to trap here, but with this many people in the pot, the chances of somebody else hitting something are very good. And you can see Gator hitting the 8, thinking that it's good. It's not. Gabe doesn't want to give up on his aces just yet. Chewy's just gonna Chewy's gonna pot it here, and then Seno might just flat here because he doesn't want to get anybody out of the hand. And a little bit of Hollywood there. You can see the grimace on his face, but he pretty much has the best hand. I mean, obviously quads is the best hand, but he knows that at least one other person has an 8, and you can see 2 other people have an 8 here. And yeah, he's just gonna call the 800 because he wants to bring other people in. But I think the raise of 800 is too much. I think that's gonna clear everybody else out. So Chewy's drawn dead, I believe, because the last 8 was folded. So yeah, Chewy's drawn dead. The last 8 is folded, and he can't make anything better than what is currently there. Well, Chewy's not all in. He has 600 behind, so that 600 is going all in, and he's not going to get that 600 back. He's asking to run it twice, but it doesn't matter. He's drawn dead. They could run it till the deck runs out. The last 8 is folded. Obviously, he doesn't know that. We see the cards here, so he doesn't know that, but he's drawn dead. So Seno will scoop the hand and take his stack to over 7,000. They're asking to run it once or twice, and like I said, oh, he makes quads. The second time he makes quads tonight. He made quad jacks earlier. That pot's actually going to take him to over 10,000.
You were going to share what, like there's no I hand, or teams?
All right, got a dealer switch, and while the dealer's switching, we'll let you know about another May promo here. So if you show up to play, if you are clocked in a cash game here before 11 a.m. in any cash game, you just got to be clocked in with time on your card. You have to have at least an hour's of time on your card. So clock in before 11 and play an hour. Then you get 2 hours for free. So essentially 2 free hours for just showing up and playing before 11 a.m.
So it's only Hold'em, and it starts on the 7th.
Okay, so seat 5 now in the game. We'll see his information here. Seat 5 is going to be Hasselhoff. Action will be on Fran. I think it's kind of cool to see how everybody holds their cards since it's a 4-card game. Everybody has a different way of looking at their cards. Fran with the jacks and the 5 and the deuce working together. Does have clubs. Gabe has double suited. And we are going 6 ways to a flop. Ace, king, king. Nobody has aces, but somebody has a king, and that's somebody's baby spider. He's just going to check. Every hand Fran with the flush draw. Roach also with the flush draw, and Gator with the flush draw too. Gator actually with the best flush draw. And he is going to call the bet. I think it was actually Seno, the one that did the bet in, who who really has nothing. It was just kind of checked him on the button, and I guess he figured he should build a pot in position, which is why he just bet small. And if he hits his cards, then he'll be good to go. So anybody with the queen 10, I know Gator with pocket queens, but nobody with the queen 10. And Baby Spider's still in front. You can see him with 64%. The action will be on Gator, and he's going to lead out small here. $185 in the pot. He bets 35. KD trade 5 at 35. So Baby Spider also has a straight draw now since he has the 10. But he's just calling because his kicker's not that good, and obviously he fears somebody else can have jacks. I was about to say, I thought Fran had jacks. Just the trip kings looks like it's going to be good. At trip king Spider. It's probably going to go check around. We'll see if Spider wants to go for thin value. He doesn't. He would just show down his king and take the pot here. King 10 will win the pot. Smaller pot. Oh, only $300. Which is actually the buy-in at the 1-3 game that we normally host here on Wednesday. So only a $300 pot going to Baby Spider. So you can see every hand Fran there in seat 2. And we actually have ladies' night here every Friday night. Ladies play for free. So normally it's $12 an hour that you have to load on your card. But on Friday nights, ladies, you play for free. So Texas Card House RGV. We do have a pool table here. You could just come and play the pool. Have a full service bar here that does have drink specials as well. Back to the action we go. Action will be on Gabe under the gun, ace queen 7-3. If the ace was suited, I would say come in for sure. The ace is not, but the 7-3 is working together. It is connected. As is the ace-3 and the ace-queen. So he will come in for the limp. Chewy, also calling the 10. King-Jack 5-6. His clubs aren't good, as you can see, because Seno has bigger clubs, and he will make the raise, starting to build the pot here, raising it to 50. Normally, you want to build a pot in position, but especially in Omaha, because you don't want the pot to be very small since it's just pot limit. So build the pot in position, and if you miss, you miss. And if they check to you on the flop, well, you get to see a cheap turn.
I don't even know I'm in this hand, to be honest. I'm going to check the card, just so you'll know.
7, 8, 10. And that's going to give Seno a set and a straight draw. And that might be good enough to take it down as it's checked to him. And he's going to bet 100, and I don't think anybody can continue. So Jack 9 is the nuts. He does have a straight draw since he has the 9, but more importantly, he has another card to go along with it since you do need the 2 cards. 4 diamonds. Not sure if anybody has diamonds. A little bit of a lag there. Not sure if anybody has diamonds. No, nobody has diamonds, so he's going to bet. Chewy went all in? Does Chewy have a straight draw? Oh, Chewy hit a straight. I'm sorry. Yeah, with the 5-6, he hit a straight. And Seno's going to hit a bigger straight. Seno's going to hit a bigger straight on the river. So I thought the 4 was insignificant since nobody had a diamond, but Chewy had the 5-6. He hit a straight. He went all in. He got called, and then Seno will river a bigger straight. So they are keeping. Well, actually, they're doing a free play bonus. Oh wow! I actually did not know about this one. So talked about the play an hour, get 2 hours if you log in before 11. So this is a great deal. So between 9 and 11, Texas Card House RGV opens at 9 a.m. every day. So between 9 and 12 noon, you play for free every day. But on top of that, the plan is to get here before 11, because if you get here before 11, not only do you play for free, you essentially will get paid to play, because if you get here before 11, you have the other promo where you play 1 hour, you get 2 free hours of cash. So yeah, you get 2 hours for free. So that's a real good deal there. I knew about the play an hour, get 2 hours, but I didn't know that the free play was going into effect as well. So you get double dip for free time here at the Texas Card House RGV. Mohawk with the ace jack 9 deuce will get rid of it. The ace was suited in diamonds. Hasselhoff also folded. So it looks like it's just going to be a limp pot here, going 5 ways to a flop. King, queen, 3, 2 diamonds, and nobody with diamonds. So we do have some straight draws out there. The 6, changing nothing. It does put a second flush draw, a second straight draw on the board. And I don't think anybody had pocket 6s. Let's see the graphics again. I think somebody bet, because there are some folds going on. So maybe somebody has pocket 6s or made 2 pair. Yeah, Gabe made 2 pair. That's what it was. King 6. I knew somebody was betting for a reason. And that's why Gator picking up a flush draw and a straight draw. Oh, he flopped a straight draw. The river will be a 5. So that'll make a straight with the 4-7. And I think Baby Spider's going to bluff it in here. He does have the 7 as a blocker. But Gabe also has the 7 as the blocker as well. 150, the pot was 200. Is it going to work? It's not going to work. Gabe's going to call him. So Baby Spider trying to represent. And he actually announced that he had a straight. But he does not. He needs a 4 for the straight. So Gabe will win the pot. So Gator in seat 8 there, telling the table he had the flush draw, the straight draw, and instead he gets nothing. All right, button on seat 1 there. You can see the pre-flop aggression. And a couple of these people are at 0%. Hasselhoff just got there. That's why he's 0%. He's only played 4 hands. The other players playing 17 hands, they are involved in pots. They're just not the one raising or re-raising. They're just calling the raising. And Seno with the most pre-flop aggression, followed by Baby Spider. They're the ones kind of driving the action. They're the ones that are either doing the raising or the 3-betting. As action will be on seat 5 to start off with Hasselhoff. As we are hand 26. He will be first to act. I'm pretty sure he's going to fold this. None of his cards are suited. He does have the cards being connected, but it's just not enough to be in early position. And Seno will come in first. Makes it 40. King, king, 10-4. Hearts. Gator, ace, king, 3-3. Spades. Roach, ace 7, 8, 9 hearts. And he's 3-betting this hand, actually. He has, oh, he had one player behind him to not have position because he was in the cutoff. That's what the CO stands for, by the way. You can see their cards, like at the very top, Seno, King, King, 10-4. LJ, that means low jack. Then Gator, the HJ hijack. CO cutoff. BB big blind. And Mohawk, UTG under the gun. That's what those acronyms mean. So Roach 3-betting, trying to get it, trying to have position. So he is going to have position. And pretty much everybody called him. Gabe with the Jack 9, 8-4. He is suited in spades, but the spades are not good. But all the cards are working for him. The 8 and the 4 do make a straight. I do realize you do need an extension cord to make it, but if the 5, 6, 7 comes out, he does have a straight. It's going to be a 3. I'm pretty sure somebody had pocket 3s, right? Yes, Gator with the pocket 3s. And you have clubs. Mohawk does have the club draw, which is not good. So Gator flopping quads here, and he's going to check it. He wants somebody to catch up here. The 6 of hearts, now it gives another flush draw on the board. And he's going to get somebody to bite here, as Mohawk has the ace-high flush draw. He saw everybody checked, figured nobody had a 3. So he's going to bet his flush draw, drawing dead. Everybody's drawn dead. As a matter of fact, I was going to say, I think everybody was drawn dead on the flop, but no, the pocket kings were, yeah, the pocket kings were also drawn. No. Pocket kings had one out. But now everybody officially drawn dead. And he's going to go all in here. And the reason why is because I think Seno called here. Yeah, Seno called with the hearts and his king. He called the 250. So Gator said, there's already too much in the pot. Let me just put in the rest of my chips. He only had 360, so it's only another $110 for the 2 players that bet the 250 to call. So he figures they would call either way. Doesn't need a slow play it anymore. And like I said, they were all drawn dead. And I don't think that Gabe knows the action's on him because he's kind of stacking his chips here. Yeah. And like I said, he's gonna call the extra 110, but he knows that somebody probably has a full house since the board is paired. We'll see if Seno donates here, and I think he might, thinking that the king is good, but it's not good because the Gator has quads. So he'll probably go check on the river unless if somebody hits a heart or a club just for a side pot. Oh, there's the club, so Mohawk might get a little rebate here. No, he's not going to get a rebate. Seno doesn't have a hand to call, so it's an empty side pot. And he even tells Freddie that the full house is good, but Freddie shows him the quads. So that pot will go to Gator over a $2,000 pot. So he showed the pocket 3s and then shows the ace king afterwards, but that's what the little commotion is about, because you do have to show all your cards to win. He initially showed the 3s, and the dealer scooped up the 3s, and then he showed the ace king. So they were just making sure that he showed all the cards. You do have to show both cards, and that's basically anywhere you play on any game, even in Hold'em. If you just show one card, they will not ship you the pot until you show 2 cards. Obviously, there are some exceptions where if you like show one card and the other person mucks, well, you're the last person with cards. So technically, you don't have to show both cards in that case. But if somebody has shown their cards and you just show one card, you have to show them all. In Hold'em, it's 2 cards. In Omaha, it's 3 cards. And you can see that big pot. It's going to take him a while to get those stacked up, but that's one of those positive problems. The action will be on seat 5. Oh, excuse me. No, sorry, action's on seat 6. Hasselhoff is the third blind. 5-5-10.
Here on out from this point, máscara contra caballero. Whoever loses, will shave you.
Okay.
Or take off his
So the action will be on Chewy, and he gets rid of that hand right away.
What did you call me?
King 10, 5-3 for Senna. I don't think he's going to play this hand. He does not. Gator still stacking the chips. Roach probably coming in for a raise. He does. It'll be 40. He's first in.
I'm not shaving my head.
All his cards are working for him straight-wise. The 6 and the 10 do make a straight. And then obviously everything the 10, the jack, and the queen do. Baby Spider with 2 pairs in his hands, jacks and deuces. He will come along. Gabriel with the suited ace makes the call. And Hasselhoff might come in because he's getting a real good price. He has a decent hand. And his diamonds are not live, but his 7 and 6 will be good for a straight. So he does come along, closing the action. And the Jack 10 will make a straight, but I don't think anybody has Jack 10. Yes, somebody does have Jack 10. Roach, the initial raiser here with the Jack 10, is going to continue on. Maybe hold him, you don't continue on, but here there's so many 2-pair possibilities, so many set possibilities. You're the initial raiser. Normally you're going to C-bet, and this time he does flop it. He does have backdoor diamonds as well, so he bets 125 into the $200 pot here. Gabe with the ace and a straight draw for the chop. He doesn't have any backdoor outs. I think if he had like backdoor flush outs, I would like the call, but he has no backdoor flush outs. And now he hits 2-pair. Now, okay. They have backdoor flush outs. He has backdoor straight outs. So he does hit one of those backdoor outs. And now he has a backdoor full house draw. He checks, and Roach is going to pot it, and Gabe is not going to be able to continue. It's 450, so pot was announced. Roach will bet 450, and I think Gabe's just going to have to get rid of this hand. If he had hearts, maybe. If he had a set, also maybe. But he does have 2 pairs, so he has to hit the ace or the 10 to make a full house. And he is thinking about it. And the reason why he's thinking about it is you can see his stack. It's 5,000. He is up, so he's kind of playing with house money here, but he knows that it is not a good call, so he will make the fold. He will make the fold, and Roach will drag in the pot. To be honest with you, it's a little strange seeing Roach win a pot where he doesn't river somebody. So Roach is his last name, and his nickname at the poker table is River Roach because he loves to see the river. As a matter of fact, he says if this game did not have a river, he wouldn't play it. So Roach winning the pot on the turn. So turn Roach doesn't have as good of a ring as River Roach. All right, next time we go, it'll be Seno under the gun. The action will be on him as the dealer. Jeremiah, like I said, that's his legal name. Everybody calls him Jerry. His girlfriend calls him Jer Bear. So action on Seno, he does make the fold. It looks like everybody's folding. Every hand Fran says no, I want to play. Jack, Jack, 10, 8. Also has the hearts working with her. Gabe, King, Queen, Jack, 3. Mohawk not in his seat, will get folded. Hasselhoff, does Hasselhoff complete? Hasselhoff does not complete. No, actually Gabe came in for the raise, I'm sorry. Gabe raised it to 45. Brings El Chewy in with the suited ace. Also has the 7-8. Flops an ace, but I'm pretty sure Gabe had the Jack 10. No, every hand Fran with the Jack 10. Does she have a flush draw? No, nobody has a flush draw. Fran is potting it. She flops the nuts. It's 145. And she is potting it here. Gabe was the initial raiser, so I see him coming along here since he does have 2 pair and a backdoor flush draw and position. So he is, yes, indeed, coming along. And El Chewy, and that, even though he flopped top pair, he's gone. So getting ready for the turn. The pot up to 435 now. Fran is going to pot it again. She has the nuts. She knows her hand is vulnerable. She has 765. She cannot go all in. It's pot limit. So she's going to make a big bet here. She sees that the clubs are out there. She's worried about clubs. You know, she has the jack of clubs, but she's not up against clubs. She's up against a boat draw. She does pot it. And now Gabe has the decision on whether or not he wants to continue. A 10 does make him a straight as well, so he might make the call here. If a spade came on the turn, he's making the call for sure because he would have 2 pair with the flush draw and the straight draw. He has 2 pair here. It's not a set. So with just the 2 pair, and yeah, looks like Gabe is gonna fold. And yes, Gabe does fold. Gabe is actually lives down here in the Rio Grande Valley and also has a residence up in Austin. Does a lot of real estate in both areas. And he also obviously plays at the Texas Card House in Austin as well. Texas Card House with 6 total locations. 2 in the Houston area, 2 in the Dallas area, 1 in the Austin area, which is the original Texas Card House, and 1 down here. So Fran will take down the pot, and we will continue on with our next hand. Action will be on Gator. He's first to act. $10 to come in, $40 to pot it, or anything in between that 10 and 40. He's probably going to fold. It's king 5-5-3 diamonds. If it was the ace of diamonds, you might come in. Like I said earlier, everybody viewing their cards different, but he's coming in either way. And Roach with the big ace, the suited ace, will make the raise to 50. So pretty much all the cards working with each other. The ace and the deuce work together, the ace and the 10, the 9 and the 10. So Roach coming in for the raise. Baby Spider will make the call. Queen Jack 8-3. The 3 is a bit of a dangler, but it is suited with the Jack. Gabe making the call with the pocket 4s. Normally not a great idea to call with the small pocket pairs in Omaha because a lot of times you will get the set over set because somebody will have a bigger pocket pair and hit a bigger set. Oh, there are the hearts, and Gabe does have the hearts. So Gabe has 9 high hearts. He likes he has a flush, doesn't like that it's only 9 high, but he's probably going to bet it to figure out if anybody else. Nope. Kind of dangerous here because somebody has a set of 5s. Nope, doesn't boat up. So I did see somebody with the pocket 5s here. Gabe does have to bet if it is checked to him, but it's not checked to him. Baby Spider with the straight draw, but that's no good. And nobody with pocket deuces. Let's see here. Yeah, so Roach is drawing dead. No, Roach with 2 pair. Roach with 10 deuce. Baby Spider's drawn dead. I don't think Baby Spider's gonna bluff it since it's 3 ways, and the board did not pair. So barring something funny, Gabe should take it down. And I think he's worried with 2 other players that somebody might have a bigger flush. So he's just gonna check it, take his 9 high flush to showdown, and that's gonna be good. So 9 high flush for the Longhorn there. We'll will get the pot shipped over to him. Baby Spider actually was the one that bet the turn, thinking nobody had anything or nobody had a flush, trying to take it down. And he was actually drawn dead, and he bet the turn. But that's what you got to do sometimes to figure out if you're going to be able to bluff. And once he got 2 calls, he's like, you know what? I'm done with this hand. And Gabe will get the pot shipped over to him. Up to 75 viewers on this live stream. It is a little bit different. Oh, whoa. What's going on there with seat 4? So seat 4 waiting for the hand to finish. The Mohawk adding on to his stack. 2 stacks of black, so each stack is 2,000, so that's 4,000. So he's got about 5,000 now in front of him. There you got the aggressive frequency. Baby Spider, who you just saw make a bet drawn dead, the most aggressive, not surprising. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. When it works, you look like a genius. When it doesn't, everybody at home is like, what was he thinking? So Roach, first to act under the gun, has the pocket 8s, has the 5 deuce, which is suited and connected. Well, the 8 and the deuce. That's the suited part, and the 5 and the deuce is the connected part. Gabe with 3 9s making the call. I think essentially he's just playing the rush is what's happening there. And Mohawk put in those chips to work early on as he reloaded. He reloaded over $4,000, and the action's on him, and he's putting them to work, like I said, right away. So Chewy with the big suited ace, and I think Gabe finally folded. Like, you know what? I was just going to see if I could play the rush. Spades. Does anybody have spades? Going once, going twice. No. So the straight draws are alive, and does anybody have a 4? No. And looks like Mohawk's going to continue on the aggression here. He does flop a 5 with some backdoor straight draws. El Chewy flopping 2 pair, not going anywhere. So El Chewy with the best hand right now. Another spade coming out. So nobody likes these spades. Nobody has spades, and nobody has like the naked king. And once again, since this is Omaha, nobody has a flush. You need 2 cards. So it looks like El Chewy's going to win. No. Mohawk's going to bluff this. He did catch 2 pair, but this bluff might work. This bluff might work here. It's going to be hard for Chewy to call, especially with... No, Chewy just has 250 left. Never mind. If Chewy had more chips, the bluff would have worked. But Chewy will take the pot with aces up, aces and deuces. Mohawk put those chips to work. And like I said, it would have worked, but Chewy only had 250. So Chewy will take the pot as Roach gets his massage. And Roach also announcing that he had 2 pair. Everybody with 2 pair, nobody with the flush, and the aces up will win the pot. So I know on our last stream on Friday, I was actually out of town, and Randy was the one calling that. I did call the one last Wednesday, but we got one simple email now where you can contact if you want to play on the live stream. Like if you're going to be down here in South Texas and want to get on, we do have the live stream going on Wednesday nights and Friday nights. You can email rgvlive@texascardhouse.com. So I know Randy Chavez. Randy runs it up on all social media. I know people were reaching out that way, but now we have one set email. That way it goes towards one source that one source that gets constantly checked and checked by multiple people. So it makes it a little easier to get on the live stream, RGV Live at texascardhouse.com. So Mohawk, Ace, Queen, Jack, 9 with one suit. Pretty much all the cards working together. Uh-oh, Hasselhoff with the aces.
Is it on you? No, sir. it's
So
not.
Spider,
All right.
I believe Spider was first to act, and he min-raised it. So this is going to be a 4-bet, which I think he should do with the aces, and that's what he does. So Hasselhoff playing his first hand, and it is aces. He is single-suited as the 7, as the dangler, but he wants to get it heads up here. So everybody folds. Like I said, Spider, I don't know if he was just messing around or thought that he had straddled or exactly what, but he made it 20 with his hand. He's folding. Fran is folding. The Jacks have to fold here. You only have one suit. You have a player behind you. Like maybe if your head's up here, you could call, but I think you have to. I think you have to fold. Once again, a lot of this is based on my no limit hold'em experience. I do have a little experience in Omaha, so plus I said at the very beginning of the broadcast, these players like to gamble, and that's the case with Mohawk here for sure, as he is trying to outflop the aces here. He does have clubs. See if he's able to go clubbing. Oh, here we go. So I could see the money getting all in. No, it goes check, check. So Hasselhoff did not like the flop, trying to play pot control here, and it's just going to check down. He's going to give him the free look. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. What a terrible card for Mohawk to hit. He hits his flush, but it is the ace of clubs. So the aces go runner, runner, boat. Wow. He had a straight draw. No. He just had the flush draw. It looks like he has a straight draw because he has a 9, a queen, and a jack, but you can only play 2 of those cards. He just has the flush draw, and he hits the only card that'll give Hasselhoff a boat. So Hasselhoff will get shipped the pot. And we will move on to hand 32 as we look at the raise first in aggression. And Mohawk has reloaded a couple of times and reloaded big last time, and he's really putting those chips to work, trying to make back some of his money. He's in at 45%, and we still have we have 4 players that have not been the initial raiser, that they've either called a raise or just limped. Gabe at 18%, Roach at 33%, Baby Spider at 33%. So 2 players at 45%, 2 players at 33%, and then 4 players at 0%, and Gabe just there at 18%. The action will be on Fran, first to act. In Hold'em, she likes to play every hand and Hold'em. In Omaha, it's a little harder. It's possible. So just making sure the card's read right. So you can see Fran folding Queen 9, 7, 6. Gabe making the call with a pair of 4s. King 8 with clubs. So has the straight draw with the 8-4. Has the clubs. Has the pocket pair. Mohawk coming in for the race. He has been the most aggressive one by far. And Seno with the aces. He's going to put in a 3-bet. Now that's not pot. It's actually a little bit on the small side. So pot would have been, Mohawk made it 50. Chewy called 50, so it would have been 3 times. So it would have been 150 plus the 50, 200 plus the callers. So betting a little bit less than pot, but he does have the button, so he doesn't mind getting action considering that all his cards are working together. He's aces double suited. So that's why he didn't pot it there, because he has double suited aces and they're all working together with straights. You have the ace queen that can make a straight, the ace five that can make a straight. So not potting it, but did put in the 3-bet there and picking up players in position though. And there are the clubs. So he does have the nut clubs, and I don't think anybody else caught anything on the pot. Mohawk does have the 7 and the jack. Mohawk actually with the best hand theoretically right now. Well, with the best hand right now, but Seno with the most outs. He also has the flush, the straight draw, and there's the straight draw with the ace king. Wow. And Roach goes with it. Well, Roach has... Oh, Roach hit a set. I was like, why did Roach bet? Roach hit a set. He bets. Chewy will make the call, but he's getting free road. Chewy's getting free road here. Both him and Seno with the ace queen. But Seno's able to improve his hand with the clubs. Chewy is not. So Seno wants to raise here, knowing that he's free rolling anybody, and that's exactly what happens. So Chewy makes the call, and Seno immediately raises with the redraw. So he's free rolling Chewy here. They both have the same straight. Roach is gonna need the board to pair to win the pot. Roach is gonna need the board to pair here to win the pot, and Chewy's gonna have to avoid not only the board pairing, but he's also gonna have to avoid a club to chop the pot, like only chop the pot.
Yes, and he went over versus 6. How much more? Oh, it's 1,060.
I raised it.
So
1,060?
Yeah.
I thought Roach was all in. He tried to go all in, but he had less than a pot-sized bet, but he's going all in.
Yeah. Oh. Reroll. Who the hell's mine? 'Cause I voted.
Chewy's not happy about it. He sees the news that he can only chop the pot, and if the board pairs, he loses, and if a club comes, he loses. So we'll see if River Roach is able to hit
Do the right
the
thing,
river
Jerry.
here.
Club it up.
I folded top. I folded 3 pairs on the club.
Club it up with the 3.
So king of clubs.
Let's go.
There is a little side pot.
8 of clubs. 8 of clubs.
There's the river, and it is an ace. So it'll be a chop for the ace and the queen. We'll chop it up. Roach does not hit the river. And you can see both players pulling back their chips, knowing that they're chopping. The dealer will take the main pot, cut it in half. If you're just joining us, we are playing Omaha today. Normally, the stream on Wednesday nights for Texas Card House is 1-3 Hold'em. Well, we changed it up. We are in the Rio Grande Valley, South Texas, 3 hours south of San Antonio. We are in the city of Edinburgh, to be exact, right next to the city of McAllen. Also down here in this area, we got Harlingen, Brownsville, South Padre Island. And we are playing 5-5-10 PLO, hand 32, being a almost a $4,000 pot, gets chopped up between seats 6 and 7. Both those players live in the city of Mission. So basically you have the city of Edinburgh, which is the county seat of Hidalgo County. Just in Hidalgo County, I believe the last census was about 800,000 people just in the county. There's not one huge city like you normally see. A lot of smaller towns all put together, but the city of Edinburgh, over 100,000 people. Right next to the city of Edinburgh, directly south, you have the city of Farr, which also has about 100,000 people. And you have the city of McAllen west of there. They're close to 200. City of Mission, also about 100,000 people. So a lot of big towns all coming together for about an 800,000 population in the county. In the area, the Rio Grande Valley consisting of 4 counties. All of that is over a million. I want to say last check it was like 3 million, maybe. All right, Mohawk really trying to really with the aggression here once again as he raises again, and Hasselhoff won his first hand, so now he has some chips to play with. He will make the call. If the ace was suited, I mean, he's making the call for sure, but he does have ace king 8-3. The 8's the one that's kind of the dangler. They're not working with each other. Chewy, ace king 9-7, makes the call. Settle with the pair. Did somebody 3-bet? So Baby Spider raising it to 80. He's double suited and double connected. So he is double suited. It's not the nuts. Well, it's not the ace high, but it's actually the only player with clubs. And does anybody else? Oh, Roach is the one that raised it. No. No, Baby Spider 3-bet it. And then Mohawk put on the 4-bet. So Mohawk really gambling, because he knows in order to win the big pots, you got to be involved in them. And Roach, who just lost his stack and rebought, is coming back in. So he rebought for 500 and he immediately puts them all in. This is a dead raise, which is actually good news for Spider, Baby Spider. It is a dead raise because I know Mohawk does have more chips. Mohawk's sitting about on 3,000 on chips, so Baby Spider comes along knowing that Mohawk's not able to re-raise him. If it wasn't a dead raise, I think he would have folded, but he's getting a good price on his money, and he's flopping 2-pair, top 2. So flops top 2-pair. Mohawk also flopped a pair. He's gonna bet here. He's putting Mohawk like on aces or kings because Mohawk raised to 40 to begin with. Then he 4-bet. So he's putting him on aces or kings. He doesn't have that hand, but he did flop top pair. So Roach is all in. Everybody hitting the jack, which is kind of crazy. It's literally the case jack. Everybody hitting it. So Roach needs a king for the win, a deuce for the win. Baby Spider out in front right now, but has to dodge some outs, and that's one of the outs that he needs to dodge. Jack 10 will give Mohawk the bigger 2-pair. And there's 3,500 in the pot. He's just going to put them all in. Mohawk snap calls, and he needs to avoid a king. Yeah, he needs to avoid a king. Baby Spider does have a straight draw. Looks like they're running it twice. Roach needs a king or a deuce. Spider needs a 9. A 9 will give him a straight. Or a 4. And then Mohawk is out in front right now with 64%. Deuce would be gross. Deuce would give Roach the win here. It's a 7. So that'll be Mohawk. And that's a queen. And that'll be Baby Spider. I forgot about the queen out. He actually had the queen out for a bigger 2-pair. So it'll be 2-pair versus 2-pair. It'll be a chop pot between Baby Spider and Mohawk. I did forget about the queen as an out. Because Mohawk doesn't have an 8, right? Yeah, no 8 for the straight, so it'll be a chop.
One time, there you go.
And Roach is going to have to reload. The minimum buy-in, I believe, is 500 for this game. Is he going to rebuy the 500 and go all in the first hand like he did before? Or is he going to buy in for 2,000 or 3,000? The dealer's chopping up the pot. We'll figure out how much Roach comes back for. Now, our next stream from the Rio Grande Valley will be on Friday. Tomorrow, the Texas Card House in Houston will have their stream. Like I said, you do have the 2 locations in Houston, one of them being kind of around the Galleria area, so it's kind of southwest Houston, off of Westheimer, I believe. Then you have one on the north side of Houston. It's actually in the city of Spring, right there north of Houston on 45, I-45, Interstate 45. Dallas, you have 2 locations. Both of them pretty much like on the north side and northwest side of Dallas, off of 635. I believe that's the John Carpenter Freeway. And then the other one technically in the city of Irvin, more specifically the area of Las Gulimas. So first act is going to be on Mohawk, and he's been pretty much playing every hand, so got a little lag here, little lag. All right. Oh, Mohawk has a hand too, so I'm pretty sure he's raising here. He's been raising pretty wide. Ace, King, 10, 8. The 10 and the 8 are suited, and yeah, he's been raising every pot because he's really trying to build these pots because he knows if he hits one of them, then he will be scooping a big one. Hasselhoff calling behind with the Ace, King, Jack 3. El Chewy making the call as well. Queen 9 deuces. Has diamonds, has a straight working for him. Senna also making the call. Baby Spider folding. So is this 7 ways to a flop? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 7 ways to a flop. I think we're missing somebody. Baby Spider folded, and did Roach fold? Maybe Roach folded too. So 8-9 is a straight. Some people with pocket aces, some people with pocket 9s, but none of them with the exact combination. Gabe flopping a set of 7s. And I believe he's the one betting it. Let's see here. There is a bet. Chewy flops open-ended with a backdoor flush draw. And I believe he's the one that bet. The action flops to Chewy. And you see this happen a lot in Omaha. It also happens in Hold'em, but more so in Omaha, where you bet your draws. And that's what Chewy's doing here. He's betting his draw, as he will get Seno to fold. Roach wasn't dealt in. That's why I thought there was 7 people taking the flop, but Baby Spider folded and Roach wasn't dealt in. So that's how we got to a 6-way flop. Gabe with the set. I think he's going to call. Yeah, Gabe called. And then you have Mohawk making the call here with straight draws and backdoor diamonds. But his diamonds are good actually, right? So Ace Queen making a straight, but Queen 9, which is what Chewy has, he makes the straight. Nobody has Ace Queen, so Chewy's probably going to pot it if it's checked to him. And he says pot, so it'll be 930. So Chewy, representing Texas Card House, has the hat and the hoodie. And has the stranglehold on the pot right now. Gabe's still with the set, but it's bottom set. I think he's going to get rid of this to the pot size bet. Does he have a flush draw too? No? Clubs? No, he doesn't have a flush draw. Yeah. It's way too much, especially with the player behind you. I think he's going to have to fold. Mohawk picking up 2 pair now with also a straight draw. He does have the ace of clubs. So I don't think he has to worry about clubs since he has the ace of clubs, and Gabe is still thinking, but the bottom set in Hold'em, you're probably going with it. In Omaha, with just so many possibilities out there. Somebody could have a bigger set than you. Somebody can have a straight, which you could see somebody does have the straight. And it's not even the nut straight, but it's still the best hand right now. And then Mohawk has the draw to the higher straight. He finally does fold it. And we can see Roach is back, but we can't see Mohawk. Well, we could never really see Mohawk because he had on the Lucha Libre mask most of the stream. But he is thinking about it. Just since it's a pot-sized bet, it makes it really hard for him to call. And I think he said he's out. He motioned with his hands, he's out. So Chewy from Mission, Texas, birthplace of Tom Landry, will take down the pot.
That doesn't happen often in this.
All right, went to showdown. Baby Spider actually at 77%. Mohawk at 59%, and half the times Chewy has gone to showdown. Going to showdown, that means that you basically have to show your cards on the river if you want to take the pot.
That's the first time.
Not 2 pairs in a flush draw.
And fold it.
So Gator going to showdown the least at 22%. Gator's been a little quiet. And we'll see if he plays this hand. For some reason, that happens a lot. Whenever you mention something, it happens. That's because we live in the Matrix. So action will be on Hasselhoff. He is probably going to fold that. 7 deuce, 10-8. Yeah, he's folding that. Chewy just went in the last pot. Has the kings. Limps. King suited. And like I said, Gator is playing the hand in Roach. This is his first hand back. Got a little lag here, but Roach's first hand back. Jumping back in the action right away. 9-7-5-5 coming in for the raise. Baby Spider, I believe, might 3-bet. No. Does he 3-bet? No, Baby Spider doesn't 3-bet. He just calls, and it's Mohawk with the 3-bet. Mohawk double suited, double connected. And Gator also double suited and double connected. The ace and the 3 connect, the jack and the 9 connect. So double suited, double connected. Both Mohawk and Gator have the black and the red covered. I guess you can go all in here. So Roach is the one that went all in. Like I said, he was either going to rebuy for 500 or like rebuy for 5,000. But he chose to rebuy for the 500 and get it all in right away. He did this on his last buy-in, trying to spin it up. And Mohawk, he rebought earlier for the 5,000 because he wants to get involved in big hands. And he's getting his wish here as it is a big hand brewing. I don't think Spider can call it off here. His ace is suited, but the Jack 8 is just too much for him not to call. So it's going to be heads up, 60-40 here. Roach actually not in terrible position. Roach has a pair, so technically Roach is ahead right now. I mean, his equity to the river, he's not ahead. Is there enough cards to run it twice? And I'm not sure if there's enough cards to run both boards twice. Roach still in front. queen. Yeah, Mohawk with the win there. Basically the same flops twice. And it looks like Mohawk's gonna scoop because he has queen six for 2 pair. Roach out flopped him with the 9. Yeah. Yeah, so Roach hit a set on the bottom. He thought that was good enough for the win, but it wasn't because Mohawk turned the nut flush. And Roach is just making sure that he indeed gets scooped. Sometimes it's can be a little hard to follow along considering that there is 2 full boards on there, so there's 10 cards and each player has 4 cards. So a little hard to follow along. But this is why Mohawk reloaded the 5,000 early so he could play big pots, and he finally gets his wish, plays the big pot, and more importantly, at least for him, he won it. So he's feeling a little better. Still not great, but a little better. So far, you can see the player stack. Seno, the big winner right now, up over $6,000. Gabriel up 1,000 or 1,400. Chewy up 1,200. Seat 5, that's Hasselhoff. He's up 900. Every Hand Fran up 600. Gator up 500. And then the other 3 players are down. Roach down about 4,000. Mohawk down about 3,000. Baby Spider also down about 3,000.
No, it's the button's right.
I'm not sure if Baby Spider's down that much because I know he sold 2,000, or he sold at least 1,000, maybe 2,000 of chips. And sometimes when you buy it from the players, it doesn't get inputted properly. So I don't know if that's 100% accurate for Baby Spider. Up to 87 viewers as we are 2.5 hours left into the stream. We did have to restart the stream at the beginning. We did play one hand. The cameras weren't working properly. So we essentially played one hand. We started a little bit after 6 and kind of threw that away. Took about 15 to 20 minutes to get that fixed. So we are running a little bit behind schedule. I'm pretty sure we're streaming past 10. I was about to say, so far everybody just calling, but Baby Spider picking up a nice hand. Double suited, triple connected, Ace King 10-10 with a pair. So Baby Spider, if you're wondering what a good Omaha hand looks like, that's a good Omaha hand right there. And he knows it. That's why he raised it. So it looks like the action is on Seno. And the dealer's just making sure that the producer is following along properly, making sure everything is reading right. Looks like both of them, it looks like Seno folded and Gator folded, but Roach bought in for the 500 and he's just immediately going to try to spin it up. This is his plan. Take the 500, turn it into 5,000. So Spider flopping diamonds and the overpair with the 10s. I don't think... Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think the turn was a 10. I think what happened is maybe Spider waved his cards in front of the reader there and it picked it up. There it is, it's a 4. So 2, 4, 6, 9, and Roach has 2 pair. Roach is actually in front right now with the 2 pair, but he needs to avoid a diamond, needs to avoid a 9, which would give Baby Spider a better 2 pair. So $600 bet on the turn, and Roach bets it. Baby Spider calls it, looking for a diamond, looking for a 9, and he will get a 4, which will give Roach a boat, I believe. No. A 4 was another out for Baby Spider, as it gives him 10s and 4s, and that's going to counterfeit Roach's 6s and deuces. So Roach getting counterfeited on the river, and looks like Baby Spider's just betting 125, trying to get a crying call from Roach here. The pot's basically $2,000, and he bets just over 10% of the pot, which is a small amount, but at the same time, a big amount. All right, going to take a little break as they ship this pot over.
Barrels on 9.
All right, just checking out the chat while we were on the little break. I don't have access to the Facebook chat, but I do. I believe this is the YouTube chat that we're looking at. Somebody asking if Manny Mohawk changed mask, and I don't think he changed mask, or maybe he did. I thought it was the same mask with just the hoodie on. And Hopkins really liking the dealing from Jerry. I think that is a different mask, because I think like his chin was exposed on the other mask. So he did change the mask. I know with the other mask he lost a lot. So sometimes you got to change things up. May sound dumb, but if it works, then it's not dumb. Up to 90 viewers. And 5-way flop? 6-way flop. All hearts. Does anybody have hearts? Yes. Hasselhoff with the hearts, but they're only 8 high. He does have a straight flush draw with the 5 of hearts. And it looks like nobody has a 5 of hearts. Let's pair the board here. Make it interesting. Nope. Hasselhoff was still the best of it. But once again, it's only 8 high. Does anybody have a set? And, I mean, that's why everybody's checking, because nobody really has anything. And Gabe going to take a stab at it here, as he does he have 2 pair? Kings and 4s. Gabe has 2 pair. So Gabe will take a stab at it. Hasselhoff has a flush, so he will make the call. And Roach is going to get out of the way. Baby Spider does make the fold, so it's going to be heads up to the river. A king or a 4. Nope. Hasselhoff will get the win. I think he's just going to check it just because it's an 8 high flop. And that's exactly what happens. It goes check, check. He shows the 8 high flush. And that'll win the pot. $655 pot going the way of Hasselhoff. So he was actually waiting in the wings, as we did have seat 5 bust out earlier. So he comes in, takes the seat, and winning another pot. So he's actually up right now, the second biggest amount. He's up over 1,000. Came in for 1,000 and has over 2,000 in his stack. 3 blinds once again, 5, 5, 10. Mandatory straddle, which will put the action on Gator. Ace, Queen, Jack, 5 hearts. He's probably coming in. He would prefer to have one of those cards be a diamond to be double suited. Everybody limping. And Mohawk with the raise. This is a very wide raise here, as he has Queen 7, 4, 5. But as I said earlier, he's trying to build pots to win big pots. And especially being on the button, he's pretty much the pre-flop aggressor. So if nobody really hits anything big on the flop, they're going to check it to him. Kind of gives him two chances to hit the flop. Basically gives him a free turn. 5 ways? 6 ways. 6 ways to the flop. Ace, ace, jack. I know somebody, Gator with the ace, jack. We'll check it. And Gator's the only one with, no, Gabe with the ace, king. Oh, king would be horrible. Oh my gosh. Does Gator have a king or a queen? I know Gator, no, Gator has a queen. Wow, that is horrible for Gator. He's going to lose some chips here. Gabe with a small bet. And Gator just limiting his losses here. Roach is coming along with a flush draw. So is Gator drawn dead? Oh, Roach hits his flush. Oh, so Gator finally betting his hand here. He figures somebody hit the flush, and he is correct. But somebody has a bigger boat than him. Gabe has to raise here. So Gabe is going to raise. The question is, how much? Oh. Gator was just $800 behind, so Gabe should just put them all in here. Gabe should just put them all in here. So Gabe with the ace-king, which is the nuts, because nobody can have pocket aces because you have an ace in your hand. There you go. There's a raise. He basically min-clicks it. Gator's going to call, but I would have liked to see him put them all in just because he only had 800 behind. He basically bet 400 on the river, leaving himself with 800 behind, which pretty much, if he's going to call the 1,000 bet, he's going to call the other bet as well. So very unfortunate for Gator there. Flops the nuts. Flops the nuts, and it checked through. Then Gabe on the turn only bet $50, and I thought Gator was doing a good job of limiting his losses by just calling the $50. Once the flush got there, Gator let out, thinking somebody hit the flush, which he was right. Roach hits the flush. I just realized that Gabe also hit the flush as well. So Roach's flush was never going to be good. So big cooler there. And you can see the pre-flop aggression, and pretty easy to guess who the leader on that is. See Mohawk really basically over a third of the time raising it pre-flop. We still have 2 players that have not raised it pre-flop. I mean, they've called raises.
You got their partner 1,000. Yeah. I fucking fold face up. I'm gonna fold it in check face up.
You're seeing everything, bro.
I always know. I don't know how I lose. What's that?
Does it runs too? I thought you had a flush, not a flush.
No, wait, what, how the other one?
You're up too.
So very nice stealing from Hopkins, Ochoa. What's up, Isaac? Hello.
Yeah, so on all 4?
And then fucking everybody's in the pot.
Okay.
I'm dead.
All 4 quarters?
So Gator just losing that big hand. And he is the third blind. He did put out his blind, but he's not at his seat. Just took a horrible beat. Gabe coming in with the 6, 7, 9, 10, and obviously Mohawk's gonna raise. So both players are kind of taking different approaches here, as Gabe is really widening his range just because he's winning a really good amount, and then Mohawk's kind of doing the opposite. He's really widening his range because he is down a lot. So both players taking different approaches here. Looks like Hasselhoff just checked out. King 5-6, 2 clubs, nobody with clubs. And right now, the most equity, Chewy with the most equity. Oh, he has the queen. Now he has 2 pair, but this might make somebody a straight. Yeah, yes, it makes Gabe a straight with the 9-7, so it's a nut straight. There's also diamonds out there, but oh, so Mohawk has diamonds, and he's going to come along. Chewy's going to call with his 2 pair. You pretty much think somebody has a straight here, but you also have 2 pairs, so you have a chance of improving. And Senna will just muck it. So a diamond for Mohawk, or the board pairing. Nothing happens there, so Jack 9. Does somebody have Jack 9? No. So it'll be Gabe with the win here, and he... No, he still has the nuts. His straight just got bigger. He'll bet, and everybody will fold, I believe. Oh, the flush draw actually got there, but Gabe's still betting it. Nobody had the flush draw. So Gabe, I think the second biggest winner tonight, and I think that's one of the reasons why he kind of opened up his range here. Chewy with 3 pair now. The river helped him and hurt him at the same time. He gave him a 3rd pair, even though it really didn't improve his hand.
Show him the A7 of clubs.
Chewy does make the call. Chewy did not think he had the flush, and he was right, but he's had a straight.
You should have told him you got their partner and then raise it to 1,000.
So I think our seat 5 is open again.
If he does that, do you call? If he tells you you got their partner and
Anybody
he says
that
1,000.
tells me you got their partner, I'm playing. I'll fold.
That's what I'm saying. You got their partner.
So it looks like Gator's still away from the table. And I'm pretty sure he told the dealer to post him while he was away. Action will be on Baby Spider. He will be first to act under the gun. 3 blinds. It is a 5-5-10 PLO game. And he is blind raising it to $20.
Yeah, that's honoring. I mean, he's not the kind of manipulate like.
So action will be on Fran here. It is a blind $20 raise from Baby Spider. Fran will look at her cards, and Fran will muck her cards. She likes to play every hand, and you can see the pain. You can see the pain. Gabe, like I said, not a great hand, but he's winning. He's playing his rush. Causes a 20. Mohawk's probably going to raise. He's had worse hands that he's raised with. And yeah, there it is. He pots it. So it'll be 20 times 3 is 60, plus the 20 from Spiders, 80. So yeah, 120. And Baby Spider making the call. I think he feels that Mohawk's been raising too much, and even though he doesn't have a great hand, he's just gonna try to take a flop. Looks like he flops him, right? King 10, nobody with an 8, yep. So it goes checked around. 7, Baby Spider will probably place a bet here. It's about 250, 280 in the pot. Baby Spider with 3 pair. Little $50 bet. Oh, the ace is gonna get there for Mohawk. Yep. Be aces and 8s with a 10 kicker. He's playing the ace 10. He's not playing the king. He can only play 3 cards from the boards. He's playing the ace and the 2 8s. It looks like Gator's still away from the table after that horrible beat he took, flopping the nuts with ace jack. And then Gabriel with the ace king turning a bigger full house. Boat versus boat. And it was Gator's boat that sunk.
I'll wear the fucking sparkling gloves like my
Come off a little bit.
The ones on the beach.
The henna ones.
So action will be on every hand, Fran, making sure that the reader read it. And she's going to be folding that. I know it's something that they mentioned before the stream, and it's something that we have mentioned on the stream before, but if you ever do play a stream table, make sure that the reader, you can see those circles in front of each player. Make sure that the cards are on the reader. Make sure that it does pick it up. So Gabe coming in for the raise. I think maybe he saw Mohawk raise and everything, so just kind of setting his own price on the raise. And we will be 5 ways to a flop. Ace 2 3 spades. Mohawk with the spades, and it is the nut spades since the ace is out there. Two other aces, but none of them with 2 pair. Seno with bottom 2 pair is going to take a stab at this pot. Mohawk with a flush draw might raise it here. No, just calls. So 5 will make a straight, but it gives Mohawk the flush. So Baby Spider with the straight, the ace 4. Roach with air. He has ace. Is an ace with a 10 kicker. Is a straight draw, but that's not good. So Roach bets, only gets a call from Mohawk. How much does Roach have left in his stack? 500, okay. So big check mark to Mohawk here. Action is on Roach. Is he going to try to bluff at this? He does have the 10 of spades, but he finally gives up. Mohawk will basically put them all in. Bets enough to put them all in, and I don't think Roach can call here, and he does not. Mohawk showing, I don't know if it was the flush that he showed or the straight, because he also had a straight with the 4-3. The funny part is either one beat Roach.
In 15 minutes, we're gonna see that you're a liar because I can do spades.
Where they got a 4 seats, something like that?
I have king deuces spades, bro.
All right, just checking the chat. Didn't see anything on the chat. That was the moment of pause. First stack will be Gabriel, king 7 deuce deuce. He's probably going to call. Probably normally not a call, but like I said, he's playing the rush. Mohawk's been raising. He has king, so he's going to raise here to 50. No, changing it up. He's won a couple of pots. Now he's changing gears. So Seno will raise in the cutoff. Queen Jack 10-7. Suited in spades. I think everybody's going to call this raise. It wasn't a pot size raise. Essentially, saw Seno do this earlier, just kind of building a pot in position just in case if you hit. Somebody flopped a straight, right? Seno flops a straight. So Seno thinking, I love it when a plan comes together. Does he also has a heart to act as a blocker. Bets 125. Roach has a straight draw with a 10. Mohawk with the kings has a backdoor diamond and doesn't quite want to fold the pair yet, plus has the 9. Diamond? Okay, that's going to keep Mohawk in. I think they're going to check to Seno again, and Seno's going to size up here. Yeah, so Roach checks, Mohawk checks, and Seno's going to size up. He's probably going to bet about 500 here. Pot's 560. He bets exactly 500. Roach is just going to have to fold this and enjoy his massage. Mohawk's probably going to call. He picked up the flush draw. And like I said, he's trying to play big pots here, so he's probably going to call here. Oh, Roach is going to go with it. For sure, Mohawk's calling here now. There's the call. Diamond for the win. Roach a 10 for the chop. 10 of diamonds. So Roach is all in for 345. There will be a small side pot of just over 300. So Mohawk looking for a diamond. Nobody with hearts. Seno 75% to win. And he will do just that. Mohawk's not going to be able to call a bet here. So Mohawk will check. Seno, I don't know if he's going to bet, but even if he does, Mohawk won't be able to call it. So that'll be the scoop for Seno as the rich get richer. He's added close to 2,000 to his stack. And Mohawk basically saying, hey, the diamond comes, I get you. And tosses his cards in frustration. So got a couple of open seats here. And if you want to be a part of the stream here at Texas Card House, the Austin location does stream. The Houston location streams. The Dallas location streams, and we stream on Wednesday nights and Friday nights. So if you would like to play on Texas Card House Live RGV, you can reach out via the email rgvlive@texascardhouse.com. Once again, that's rgvlive@texascardhouse.com, as we are coming to you live from the Rio Grande Valley. 88 viewers. Hey, that's Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s favorite number. Asking for barrels, so I'm not sure if Roach might have changed his strategy to just buy in a huge amount. I know he had the strategy of min buying the 500 and trying to spit it up, but we'll see if he changed his strategy here. Strategery, as George Bush likes to say. George W. Bush. Mohawk coming in with the raise. Into 40. Ace Jack 9-8. The ace being suited. The 8-9 and Jack. Possible straights. Roach No, Roach buying in for 500. So sticking with the 500 at a time. Fran with the queens making the call. 2 spades on the flop. And Fran does have the spades, but Roach actually has better spades. Roach has the king 6 of spades. Mohawk really flopping nothing, but he was a pre-flop aggressor, and I think he kind of felt obligated to bet there. He does just that. Fran will make the call. Gabe with top pair. No, Gabe with 2 pair, top and bottom pair. And that's going to bring along Mohawk, who has pretty much backdoor draws right now. Backdoor straight draws is what he has right now. Fran does not want to see a spade because Roach has the bigger spades. No spade, and some of those backdoor draws for Mohawk's going to come, but it's going to give Fran top set. And she's just going to bet pot here. She has the nuts. It's the best possible hand right now, and she has a redraw. She thinks she has a redraw, and she does, as long as Roach doesn't call, her redraw will be good. So Mohawk kind of called a little light, really picks up the perfect card for him as he has the wrap now, and a jack makes a straight for him. And Gabe now picking up 2 pair, so he's calling. So a king will also make a straight for Mohawk. So it looks like he's going to make the call. Roach has the flush draw. Like I said, he's trying to spin up this 500, so he's going with it. I think. He also has a straight draw too. Jack makes a straight draw for him too, so. And I was about to say, I don't think anybody, yeah.
Hey, you never know. It might be dangerous on the way home.
His Jack's actually live for straight, so he's going with it. He bought the 500, spin it up. He also gets a good card with the queen because it makes him a straight draw. He still had the flush draw. So you can see all of the equity here as Fran is 50% to win. Second best chance is Roach, and Gabe is at the very end because he did have 2 pair, but Fran turned top set, so that makes a 10 or a 4 not good for him. He can only win with a 9 or an ace, and you can see there's an ace out, and it cannot be the ace of spades. The 10 comes pairing the board, so that's going to give Fran the pot, and she's going to move her last couple of chips in the middle. She wasn't able to go all in on the turn since it is pot limit. She did bet the pot. It is 270, and that gives Gabe a full house. But like I said, it's not good. Gabe is gonna call. Gabe might raise, and yes, Gabe did raise, and Fran will take the pot. Gabe had a full house and thought that he had the winner, but he did not. He was only drawn to an ace or 9 that wasn't a spade. So Fran will scoop it, and that's over a $3,000 pot for Fran. So it is 5-5-10 PLO. Pot Limit Omaha.
Nice turn.
How does the fucking board do? That's 2.
Did you ever wrap or what?
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, joining us tonight. We are going to run after 10 o'clock. I don't know exactly how far after 10 o'clock, but we did start the stream a little bit after 6 and had issues right after the very first hand. The cameras were not working properly, so we basically had to do a system reset, which took about 20 minutes or so. So that put us behind schedule here, and I was about to say, I know Roach is back, I just don't know how much he's back for. The action will be on Chewy to start off with. This is a 3-blind game. 5-5-10. And Chewy making sure it's got scanned. He's probably going to fold because of the 5. Maybe if it was the 5 of spades. Pretty sure he's going to fold here. Little lag from the camera. Yep. No, he called. Yeah, Roach has a pair. He's calling. He's in for 5. Queen, Jack, Jack, 5. No, well, actually, Roach is raising. So Roach raises. Oh, Mohawk with the aces. And this is kind of what you want here. Oh, it's a small sizing, though. He didn't pot it. He's been raising so much, but now you have a hand. Oh, Roach is getting it all in. Roach said re-raise. He wants to pot it, but actually he doesn't have enough.
More than you can make it.
Yeah, so Roach will repot it. I think that's going to clear everybody out. Yeah, it clears everybody out. So it's going to be the ace is suited in jacks. Roach is suited in hearts. So Roach best chance here is to hit a heart, or to hit heart, shall I say, or to hit like queens and 5s, because there is a jack that has been folded. All right, one time, like I said, Roach's best chance is hearts, or to hit a queen and a 5 against these aces. It's all spades. Roach has a possible straight draw. No, he needs a jack, and it doesn't happen. So slowly but surely, Mohawk started to make some of his money back. Not quite there where he wants, but like I said, slowly but surely. And
Barrels a 9.
Roach is rebuying. I don't know. It's either going to be 500 or 5,000. I think it's going to be 500. So we lost seat 5 twice. So we started the hand. Excuse me. We started the stream with Vagabond. He's from the San Antonio area, but lives on here now, and he took some beats early on and exercised some bankroll management and said, I'm out. And then we filled the seat. And the player filling the seat won a couple hands and then said he was out. Roach coming in for a raise. Has the ace double suited with some straight cards. A lot of the cards working together. The 2, 4, 6 working together. The ace, deuce, and the 4 working together. So Roach coming in for the raise. Gabe makes the call with the jacks. 5-3 with hearts. Mohawk coming in with his pair. 7-7, 5-4, and that brings in Seno and Gator as well. King 10-6, Rainbow. I don't know if anybody hit anything. Seno with the bet. He flopped a double gut shot, a queen would make him a straight with the ace jack, and an 8 would make him a straight with the 9-7. Gator. Ooh, flopped the no. Gator didn't flop a flush draw. Gator just has 280 and the pot's really big, so he has a gut shot. So Gator actually out in front right now. Gator with the ace queen out in front, and Seno will hit the straight. So Seno will hit the straight. He had a double gut shot on the flop, and Gator did not have enough chips to get Seno to fold, so he makes the call and gets there. So I think we're going to be 8-handed for the rest of the stream here, as it doesn't look like anybody's filling that seat 5. Like I said, if a random person would take a peek in and see it, they would either really love all the chips on the table or be like, you know what, that's too many chips on the table. So I'm not sure if Gator's going to rebuy. Did not get dealt in, doesn't have chips in front of him, didn't have cash immediately, so this is going to put the action on Roach, who rebought for 500. And he has aces. Ace, ace, queen, 3. Suited in the spades. The ace and the 3 is also working for each other. So is he going to come in for the 40 raise, or is he just going to limp and try to back raise? No, he comes in for the 40 raise. Baby Spider with 9s and 6s will make the call. Fran makes the call. Gabe has the button and a pair of 10s. 4-2 of clubs makes the call. And we're seeing a pretty big pot here. I think everybody's calling. So 7 times 40 is $280. To the flop we go. 7-handed. 4, 5, 9 clubs. I'm trying to see if anybody has clubs. I do not see anybody having clubs, but we are 7-handed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're missing a hand. There it is. Baby Spider's hand that we're missing. And he flops top set. So he bets 225. So not quite a pot-sized bet, but a big bet indeed with his top set. Fran is thinking about it, but she's going to have to fold here. It's going to bring it on to Gabe. Gabe actually has clubs, but it's only 4-high clubs, so not able to take much pressure. And Roach is going to just go all in with his aces and run into top set here. So Roach does have a straight draw. A deuce will make him a straight. And no, he's going to need the ace since the board paired. Quad 9s. That's at least the 3rd time we see somebody make quads tonight. You see that happen a lot in Omaha. Like I said, you have those 4 cards. So you have a lot of possibilities. So that pot will get shipped to Baby Spider, whose brother is known as Spider-Man, and he actually works at the Texas Card House in Austin. So shout out to Spider-Man up at TCH Austin. $1,000 pot going towards Baby Spider. Don't forget about Cinco de Mayo here at Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. So this Sunday, Texas Card House RGV Cinco de Mayo celebration. Hit quad 5s, win $500. Imported beers, $2. It's a great deal on imported beers. Might just come here to get my drink on. So that's this Sunday, Texas Card House RGV. Back to the action we go. A lot of limps. Are we going to see another 7-way flop? Let's see here. The baby spider call under the gun? I think we got another 7-way flop if baby spider called. I kind of missed it at the beginning. King, king, deuce. Somebody's going to have a king. Yeah, Gabe has the king, ace, king. Does anybody have pocket deuces? Yes, Seno has pocket deuces. So this can be, does anybody have clubs? Nobody has clubs. So this hand should just get down between Gabe and Seno. Roach is counting out some chips, but yeah, he's gonna fold. And Seno just bet $25. Wow. So Seno with just a $25 bet. He does have a full house, but he's very vulnerable. If Gabe hits an ace, 7, or 6, he will make a boat. So Gabe needs an ace, 7, or 6. That's not it. Seno's probably will put out another small bet. Puts out a $50 bet this time. He likes his hand, but he doesn't love his hand. Oh, that's going to be quad kings for Gabe. And we just had quads last hand. This one without the pocket pair. And Seno's going to fold pretty easy here. Gabe does bet $200. But not only that Seno's boat get beat with the quads, anybody who had a pocket pair there would have a bigger boat than him. So even if somebody had pocket 3s there, they would have kings full of 3s. So Seno's hand really, really, really shrunk up. He checked the river. Gabe tried to get a little bit out of it. He bet $200, but Seno immediately folded. And that'll bring us to our next hand. Baby Spider should be the third blind here, the $10, and he is. So action will be on Fran. You can see the VPIP there. Where Gabe is up to 77% on his VPIP. Roach is at 71%, and Mohawk's at 70%. So all those players have a different reason to have those VPIPs. Gabe's is essentially he's won the first spot early on, and it's just really opening up his range. Fran with the aces under the gun. They are suited in clubs. She does have the 4 and the deuce working with it on the straight. I think Gabe's going to call here. Fold here. It's just too bad of a hand. Mohawk will call here. He is double suited, double connected, and paired. So some people will even 3-bet this, but he's just going to take the flop here as Chewy with queens, Seno with 10s. Oh, Roach has a nice hand here too. Roach ace, queen, jack, 7. Double suited, double connected, and he's definitely calling. What is Baby Spider doing? Baby Spider's getting a really good price, and he will make the call. Not that great of a hand, but a very, very good price. So clubs coming on the board, 5-3-3. Nobody has a 3, but Fran with the clubs. Fran with the clubs here. So there's the 3, which will give Fran the best hand. And she is worried about the 3. Roach is going to take a stab at the pot here with nothing. Fran's not folding her aces. And I think everybody else is going to fold. Nobody has a 3, so everybody else is going to fold. Or does El Chewy not believe? Chewy loses to a 3. Chewy loses to aces. Chewy loses kings. And this is probably going to go check on the river. Fran hits a straight flush. Fran has ace 4. Fran has a straight flush. So the last 3 hands, quads, straight flush.
Fran, it just kept getting better and better.
I was afraid someone
So Fran was worried that somebody had the 3, and then she wanted somebody to have a 3 once she made her straight flush. Ladies, don't forget about Ladies Night here at Texas Card House every Friday night. Play for free. Now, that means that you're not charged time. Everybody gets charged $12 an hour since this is a social club. But on Fridays, ladies are not charged the $12 an hour. You still have to buy into the poker game, whatever you're going to buy into. The smallest game being 1-3, which is a $100 minimum. But you don't pay for your time, so you save $12 an hour there. Friday nights here at Texas Card House RGV. Jack, Jack, 5-5. First stack, Gabe coming in for a raise. Raises up to 40. Has a 2-pair in his hand, and he has diamonds. Chewy making the call. Seno having a pair and the button will come along as well. Roach with the rundown hand is probably making the call. He does, and Baby Spider folds. Fran getting a really good price on her money, and she has a really big ace. I don't think the clubs are coming here. There's a lot of clubs out. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 clubs out with the players have. And of course, the first card we see in the window is a club, but then it was red after that. Gabe does have Jack High Diamonds, and actually does have the best hand right now too. Yeah, here come the clubs. So 2 clubs on the turn. Ace Jack making a straight. Jack 9 making a straight. And nobody has any of that. So Roach betting. Fran coming along. Be really crazy. It'll be really crazy if a club comes out here. No, the club does not come. So it's the jacks are going to be the winner here? Is he going to go check, check? No, Seno's going to bluff at it. And this bluff's going to work. Gabe's not going to be able to call. This bluff's going to work. I think he's going to show. Nope, he's not going to show. So as I said, we are going past 10 today since we did start a little bit late. We got, I think, about 4 more hands to go in the stream here, so that'll probably take us to around 10:15, 10:20. So the third blind will be Gabe there in seat 3. First to act, Manny Mohawk with the wrestling mask on.
Hey, can I get nachos?
You want jalapenos?
So making sure the reader picking up his cards, and they did. King 10, 7, 4. I think normally that's a fold, but he has been very active. And like I said, on the stream, we probably have about another 4 hands to go. I don't know if the players are aware of this or not. Chewy with the two pair in his hand, 6s and 3s, also has hearts working for him. Seno does come in for the raise, has a good hand. Ace, King, Jack, 5. The ace and the 5 working together. Roach also with a good hand. Ace, Queen, 9, 10. He's got the nut clubs. His hearts aren't good, but he does have 9, 10. So the 9, 10 and Queen working together for the straight. The ace, Queen, and the 10 also working together. And it looks like Roach actually 3-bet it. So Roach 3-betted here. It's basically a 50-50 here. It's a flip. And Roach is going to hit it. He hits the clubs and he hits the straight. So Roach now at 67%. He's open-ended with a flush draw. He bets 200, brings Seno along. I was going to go spade would be gross. So now Seno picks up spades and a straight draw. Roach actually hits a straight, right? 9-10, yeah. Roach hits a straight, but Seno has a bigger straight draw and a spade draw. So they are all in. They are all in, and this pot, 1,400. And the spade comes, so Seno's going to win it.
I wanted a fucking club because I had the nut club. Oh my god, that's a bad beat. Wow. That is a bad
So Roach has another one not go his way. And Seno tonight's big winner will take down another pot of over $1,000.
Barrels. 9.
So as I said, we do have a couple more hands left in the stream, and I think the players are talking about switching the game. With this player lineup right here, they're talking about switching the game to high-low, or 5-card high-low, or Big O. I know they call it Congress in Oklahoma, so it's basically 5-card high-low. But we will finish the stream with the normal 5-5-10 PLO. Once the stream finishes, a lot of times the players choose to keep playing, and then a lot of times they also change the stakes and maybe even change the game this time. So first act would be Chewy, El Chewy. King Jack 10-6, the 6. Working with the 10, but if it was 6 of diamonds, he's coming in for sure. Hey, he's coming in anyways. So the players know that the stream is about to end. Baby Spider has the button. Looks like he's going to put in a raise here. He does. Ace, Queen, 10-4 has clubs. Did Fran make the call? Yeah, Fran made the call. King, Queen, 10-8 with spades. And everybody, I was about to say everybody calling 70 with the exception of Seno. And what does Roach have? Roach does not have a good hand, but Roach is going to close the action. Nobody else could re-raise. 5 ways to a flop. There's 7 players at the table. We're going 5 ways to a flop. Seno not in hand, Gabriel in hand. The 2 big winners aren't in this hand. Ace, 9-3, Rainbow. So Baby Spider raises pre-flop, flops top pair, and he will bet 250 into the 365 pot. And I think that might get it done because nobody really has anything to call him with. Maybe Roach calls with a with a gut shot. No, he doesn't. So he will take it down there. Just been told we got 2 more hands to go. 2 more hands to go. So it'll be this hand and then another hand. Chewy will be the 3rd blind in this 5-5-10 PLO game. Puts out a green. I know that's a $25 chip, but the dealer will change it up. Or Seno will change it up. Always good to be the banker. Everybody has that one family member when they play Monopoly, right? They're like, no, I'm the banker, I'm the banker. So here is the second to the last hand, as it'll be Seno, Foden, Roach, Roach is going to play this. Jack 8, 5, 7. Does have hearts. He will come in for 10 bucks. Baby Spider feels or knows that there's only a couple of hands left, turning up the aggression. King 932, he is double suited. He is double connected. Gabe making the call. Mohawk as well. King, Queen 9. Anybody with the Jack 10? No Jack 10. So King 9 for Baby Spider. Surprised he didn't see bet there. Now somebody picking up hearts. And that's going to be, let's see. I know somebody had hearts. Yeah, it was Roach. Roach was the hearts. Chewy making the call as he has 2 pair. And a straight draw. The 8-6 has a straight draw as well. Roach with a flush draw. He's not going anywhere, but he actually folded. Okay. The hearts get in there, so Roach would have won this hand if he would have stuck with it. He does not. And Mohawk is going to bluff at this. I thought he had the ace of hearts, which is why you make this move. He does not have the ace of hearts, but I think it might work here. No, I think it's too small. I think it's too joint. I think if he pots it, Baby Spider folds, but I think Baby Spider will make the call. He does. Baby Spider didn't make the call. Mohawk had the right idea, just not the right size. And then due to the fact that there's only a couple of hands left on the stream, you factor all that in. And Baby Spider makes the call with the 2 pair. All right, so hand 53 of the stream on this Wednesday night from Texas Card House RGV. This will be our last hand of the night. Would once again like to thank everybody who joined us tonight. Like I said, changing it up. This is our first Omaha stream, and it did not disappoint, as there was multiple $1,000 pots. So last hand action will be on Mr. Roach. Ace, King, 10 deuce. He is playing this hand. Will he play it for a raise is the question. If it was the ace of spades, I think he would come in for a raise. But he just calls. Baby Spider gone. Every hand Fran. I don't think she called. Did she call? Yeah, she called. I'm sorry. Gabe calling. Mohawk might raise it, and he does. He's been doing this with a lot of hands. Chewy coming in with the ace, king, 4-4. Steno calling, and this is the last hand, folks. Question is, how big will the pot be? So 240 in the pot. Burn 1, turn 3. Jack 7-6 rainbow. 10-8 with the straight draw. 9-10 with the straight draw. 8-5 with the straight draw. So a bunch of straight draws here. Mohawk was pre-flop raiser, and he let out 125. Gets some folds from Chewy and Seno. That puts the action on Roach, who has just backdoors. Fran flopping the open-ended with the 8-5, but I don't think her 9 is good. No, her 9 is good because Seno folded the 10-8. Gabe with a pair and some will make the fold. Club coming on the turn. Does Mohawk have clubs? Because he's going to keep betting if he does. Yes, he does, but they're not good. Fran has better clubs. So everybody drawing right now. He spent at 300. I think Fran might call just because she picked up clubs. It's not nut clubs, but she did pick up clubs. And like I said, this is the last hand, so trying to win the money back. Oh, the club comes. And Mohawk has a 10 high flush. He thinks that it's good. Fran has the queen high flush. Whatever he bets, Fran is going to call. He bet 600. Fran should make this call. Let's see if she makes the proper call here. Yeah, I don't see her folding. I mean, obviously she loses to the ace and the king of flush, but it is backdoor. And just the way it was played, especially with Mohawk betting, yeah, Fran called. And like I said, she's going to, yep. Mohawk was really shocked that she also had a flush, and then on top of that, that it was bigger than. So that's that'll do it. That was hand 53, first time with the Omaha, and a $2,000 pot to finish our night tonight. Once again, thank everybody for joining us tonight here from South Texas, Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. We'll see everybody on Friday, 2.